My boys. My boys.
You could write anything in vector graphics, and I'd be like, yeah, that's awesome. That's totally a word, moboids. You know what else is a word? Zektor. Live from Austin, Texas, with the arcade gaming equivalent of the 8-track tape. It's Retro Pals with Danny and Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Danny. I love turning my game over during the middle of a game.
Yeah, me too. I guess it doesn't directly involve tape, since some games actually did use tape. But forget it, it's Retro Pals. It's the start of the show. We're gonna play some games. Let's do it.
Look at us. Oh.
It doesn't matter if what I say makes sense or not, because we're gonna play a bunch of games from the 70s when we were all coked up out of our minds, if we were living at all.
I was gonna say I wasn't alive, but maybe I was living my past life. Like maybe in 1983, I died of cocaine poisoning or something, and I came back to life as a little goblin man that I am now.
Wow, what a great origin story.
I don't know. Okay, speaking of origin stories, no. I'd like to thank some folks. Thank you, Wife City, for the raid. Thank you so much.
Hey, welcome everybody.
It's Vector time. Thank you, Refurb, for the 25-month resub.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tyzo, 52-month resub. Holy shit, 1 month for every... 1 month for every action. Thank you.
It's true. Thank you.
Thank you, Nocturne Duskclaw, as well, for the 18-month resub. Made just in time. Big fans, you guys. You are the reason I wanted to start streaming myself. Aw, glad to hear. Well, thank you. Welcome. Oh, boy. All right. So, we have a lot of folks to thank, but we got a lot of games to play, don't we?
Mm-hmm. We have some 40-odd games to play tonight. And, yeah, I didn't tell you before the show because I didn't want you to freak out. So now you get to freak out in real time. Thank you, Blab, for the 27 months.
Thank you.
Are we going to do this?
Should
we going to play some Vector Graphics arcade games? Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, first let's see how the patrons voted.
This is how you voted.
The prompt was, what are we going to play? Polygonal arcade games or Vector Graphics-based arcade games? These were secretly both going to be a chronological look at both of them, so it's extremely early in the life of both mediums, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. In the end, the people wanted to see the Vector Graphics, and I can't blame them. Vector graphics are amazing.
They are.
We haven't played nearly enough vector graphics games on this stream, so let's change that tonight. 40 games in a row, all with the vectorist graphics you've ever seen in your dang life. I think we should start all the way at the very beginning.
Okay. All right, so that would be Space Wars.
Yep. Let's go all the way back to 1977. Look at that. Cinematronics. We have a speaker. We have some sort of sound device and sound board. What more do you need? I'm surprised there was actual ROMs involved in this. It wasn't just discrete circuitry. All the way back in the 70s. People were still just getting used to the idea of Pong, an electronic game you could put a quarter into and it would just play. And Tess wants to be let out.
Oh.
So
now she's friendly with me. Hey, girl.
Alright, so have you seen this game before? This is a game based on the classic Space War. This is, of course, supposed to be a 2-player game, but all these games are a big pain in the ass to set up, so I can only set up 1 player for all of them. Sorry, Alex, you're going to have to sit this one out for the most part.
Okay.
But if you put a quarter into this machine in 1977, you and a friend could experience Space Wars.
Hey, I like that one of the ships just straight up is the USS Enterprise.
Yeah, player 2 is just the Enterprise. That's all it is.
Ugh.
Take that, Enterprise. Continue this mission.
Well,
seek out new alien worlds. Seek this out. Seek out D's nuts.
Thank you, Sepasai 100 bits. Welcome.
That's what people were saying in the 70s.
D's nuts.
Thank you. Well, there's not much to do here. And in fact, the game limits your time to just 2 minutes. There's a sun in the middle. You could crash into it if you really wanted to.
I like the explosion.
Yeah. So we're seeing the very basics of vector graphics here. Can I have control back, please? Thank you. These earliest games were just in black and white. They often had keypads. Oh, we hyperspaced. You had to use your imagination a lot of the time, and you had to use a second player a lot of the time.
You just floated over to him, and you're just like, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Maple. 200 bits. Appreciate that.
Nice, thank you. This game finally lets you live out your fantasies of murdering the Enterprise over and over again in deep space. Humble beginnings. The humblest, in fact. This may be the oldest game we played on stream. It's so old, I have very little to say about it. You can, of course, look up Space War and all the variants thereof, but this was an arcade edition produced really at the height of the vector phenomenon, or rather, just right when it was starting. Let's keep going. Let's play some more vector games.
Okay. Next up is
only
a couple here.
No, only do the next one. Only play the parent ROMs.
Okay. Thank you, God. So it's like 80.
Up next, 1979's Asteroids. You hear of this one?
I have. I actually have played this machine, an original of it, at a beach boardwalk arcade, which is the best way to play vector graphics games, by the way.
I teleported and I exploded. Video game. Finally, we're in it. And we have the first innovation here, sound.
Pretty good sound.
It's got boops. It's got higher pitched beeps. It has asteroids that you can shoot into pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You can fly your little ship around.
Yeah, the thing about vector graphics is a lot of the appeal is seeing them on a vector monitor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, though these games are emulated in MAME, you miss out on a lot of the experience if you don't have an original vector monitor. Because the way these lines are displayed, they're literally luminescent. People describe it as like a sparkling kind of presentation.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at this, it's like looking at a neon sign combined with the sun. It's amazing.
What? I bet Gen Z would love the shit out of vector graphics machines. Gen Z, go look that shit up. Go see vector cabinets in person. I bet y'all would lose your mind. You'd fucking love that shit.
Go see a man named Dr. Vector.
No, don't. I don't trust the doctors.
We haven't seen him around in a while. He's gone into hiding ever since the Great Vector Crash of 1985. But I think we have a compelling argument. We can get him back into business. All we just have to mention is the magic word, NFTs.
Danny, no!
So Asteroids is pretty fun. Pretty early-ass popular arcade game in terms of what Atari would offer. It's hard to even imagine what life was like in 1979. I can't. It was literally before my time. My name is Da. Let's play a little bit more. Anyone have experience with Asteroids?
Yes, a lot of people in chat played Asteroids.
Out of all the games we're going to play tonight, we might as well talk about this one a little bit, because this is the popular vector graphics game. There's a few more that may be arguably more popular than this. Eventually they added color, not to spoil the entire proceedings of tonight, but yeah. Eventually they did add color vector graphics. But way back in '79, we were still in the black and white era.
Yeah.
Not for TV or anything.
Yeah, Gen Zers, go to a video game museum. There's like a bunch of them now, aren't there?
Oh yeah, probably.
Go to there's one in Texas in Frisco. Go there and look at the vector graphics, and then do TikToks about it.
Mm-hmm.
Teach
the conspiracy.
No, don't teach a conspiracy. There's no conspiracy.
That's what you were about to say.
I know, and that's a stupid thing to say, so I had to stop myself, but I couldn't.
Locked you into that joke.
I have streamer's disease.
You know, people can marathon this. What they do is they leave one asteroid left, and then they just snipe the UFO whenever it comes across. And apparently you can play for like literally 200 hours if you do that.
Why?
There was very little to do in 1979, Alex. We didn't have esports yet.
That's true. I guess this would be like the original esport.
The original esport. Turning a dial, pushing buttons marked shot in hyperspace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we didn't know about duos. We didn't know about jungling. We didn't know anything.
Oh, they would play it for 200 hours because they were on coke.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I feel so stupid.
That
of
helped
course.
too. Mm-hmm. It was a combination, a confluence of all the great things in life at once. Arcade gaming hardware, the proliferation of cocaine. What a great time to be alive. I can only imagine. Next game. How about we play a game called Barrier? You ever hear of a game called Barrier from Cinematronics?
No, I haven't.
Circa 1979. Thanks, everybody, for the hype train.
Thank you.
Hype train success. Let's see what this damn game looks like. Okay, so...
Yeah! Yeah, baby!
So for some of these, a lot of the experience involves the arcade bezel and sometimes interior art. For those, I've collected the artwork files so we can simulate those in MAME. If this was just a vector graphics monitor, you would just see a black and white grid and these little crystals and stuff. But as it is, you can get the full experience by adding the artwork files to MAME, and it looks like this.
This is sick.
Wait, did it already start me playing?
I think so. It's hard to tell. Oh, I see. You're the... Okay.
All right, here we are. Whew, you gotta sneak past the crystals, you see. Okay, we made it one loop. Now we gotta get up to the wizard's face, which he is protecting with crystals. Oh, damn it!
He got crystalled!
Weirdly, there's no firing button in this game. There's no action on the player's part. You just have to dodge the crystals and make it up the ramp. This was before video game genres really became codified, you know? Where they had no real idea of what a video game was supposed to be. So occasionally you'd get weird shit like this.
I liked that era when games were like, I don't know. What do you think a game should be?
I don't know. Advance a long crystal grid? Yes, Cocaine Jerry. That's a great idea.
A lot of this game definitely gives me Cocaine Jerry vibes.
Like we said, a combination of many different influences. What else influenced this? Obviously, prog rock covers.
I was gonna say sick Vans.
Yeah, Vans with this kind of art printed on the side. Boy, you really have to wait it out. I can't do this. There we go. It's like playing in traffic. Come on, move. What? Not that way. Are you just gonna... Okay. Strange games of the 70s. Oh, he moved back and got me. But at least it has this art.
This art is sick, and it makes up for...
You're just looking up into a wizard's empty maw as you play this, and you think, yes, this is 1979, this makes perfect sense to me.
Hey, that crystal sniped you.
Yeah, it did.
That crystal got your ass.
You can't tell where they're gonna go. These crystals, you know? Alright, I guess that's about all we're gonna get out of that. That is Barrier from 1979. With a name like that, it's a surprise that it wasn't a success. But you know what was a success? Atari's other game from 1979 that used vector graphics. That being Lunar Lander. You ever hear this one?
Yes, and I haven't seen this one, or have... I've definitely played this before, but I haven't seen, seen an actual cabinet of it.
Now, this is a very stoic game. You gotta look at this, very serious-faced. You have to basically be an astronaut to play this. Where do we want to land? We probably want to land on the 2X, since this is our first rodeo, as it were. You pay some credits, and you get a certain amount of fuel. And using that fuel, you can propel your spaceship. But it has a very subtle effect, you see. And if you apply a whole lot of gas, you end up really being pushed off in a certain direction. I thought I was gonna zoom out when I wasn't near the thing, but that's okay. We'll survive this.
You got this.
Of note is that these lunar landers are very fragile. You have to be super careful with how you land these things in video games and in real life.
Okay.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh.
Oh. The Eagle has landed.
Hey, congrats! You
100 points. Whew. It's just something about this game's stark presentation. It really makes you feel like a lot's riding on you, you know? Like this whole space program is going to be dismantled unless you make a perfect landing, and it's actually really difficult to do. I appreciate that they actually specifically give numbers to the your speed and your altitude.
Mm-hmm.
This would be very difficult guesswork if they didn't actually tell you that. You can see how your speed eventually decays realistically. What do you think? Can we get the 5x?
I bet you could do it. You should try it.
We're pretty much just right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's adjust my horizontal speed. We need to go a little bit to the left.
Come on.
And now, okay. I think this could be it. We just gotta apply a lot of gas to make sure we don't actually
Crash.
Yeah.
You got this. You got this.
I don't know if I'm cut out for this NASA shit, man.
NASA's too hard.
NASA is hard.
Fuck! Oh! There were no survivors.
God damn it!
There were no survivors.
I was hoping for at least one survivor. Oh no, we only have 2 fuel left. Well, there it goes. We're out of fuel. And that's the end of Lunar Lander. I want to make one more landing.
Okay.
I think this game's fun. Like, you have to put so much pressure into the fuel and, like, lean so far into certain directions. It's really fun to try and balance that out with a realistic lunar lander. I can't talk and play games at the same time.
Well,
it was easier in the 70s.
Once again, it was the Coke.
Yeah. I'm going to go for this 5X.
Okay, good luck.
I'm going to become the best Lunar Lander player in history. Haven't seen a cabinet of this, but I would like to see it. I bet this is really nice. The luminescence, the lunar surface and all that.
Just being blinded by the lunar light.
Mm-hmm. Revved up like a goose, another runner in the night. Is that how that song goes?
It's Deuce.
Deuce? Really?
Yes. Wait, really? You didn't know that? Oh.
I wouldn't know. I've only listened to the 100 Gex version of that song.
That's fair. No, God, no, God, no.
Oh, God. I got so many astronauts on board this thing. Their families are going to be so pissed if I can't pull this off.
Please don't do a death. Come on. Lunar landed.
What a great landing.
That was a great landing. Holy shit.
Whew.
You give Danny a round of applause. They deserve it.
Cut
They
the
did
stream.
good.
I'm done gaming tonight.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Jesus Christ. That was the most tense thing I've ever done. Okay, next game.
Gee.
So much tension in just a black and white presentation with one sound effect and a different, louder sound effect if you lose.
Hey.
Pretty good.
Guess what? It's the 70s, and I'm a speed freak, baby.
From Vector Beam in 1979, it is Speed Freak.
Vector Beam? Is that the name of a... Is that a whole-ass company?
Yep.
Did they...
They bet it big on vector graphics, I tell you what.
Wow! This looks familiar to me.
This looks a lot like another game called Night Driver, but this one actually uses vector graphics, so it's superior.
Thank you, Vega Baby. 7-month resub, firing my Vector Beam.
Thank you.
I like the cow. Don't hit the cow, motherfuckers. I love that cow.
How many lines were in that cow? Like 5?
It was very minimal lines. I like the evil smiling face.
It is evil. I don't like that. Let's play this game.
I like this game a lot.
Okay, so the controls in this
oh my God.
are like
Look at
really
Yogi
slippery.
play.
I turned the analog sensitivity down all the way, and this game is still frightening to play.
This is so slippery.
Okay, second gear. Oh God. Oh, Jesus.
What a cool game. I love... Oh, you exploded.
My car exploded.
You really exploded. You crashed.
I don't like that they honk at you. That sucks.
Can you hit the cow?
You want to try?
No. I was hoping it would move.
Freshly ground beef.
Danny.
No, you needed to wait till hard driving until you wanted a realistic moo. Okay. We can... Let's not Let's not crash into whatever that is. I don't want no part of that tractor.
I kind of like this.
Isn't this cool?
This is stupid. I love this.
These games are so early, but they have kind of a... They all represented 3D in some aspect. Well, maybe not so much Asteroids, but...
Yeah. No, it's interesting how they're doing 3D.
I'm going to try and shift up again. You literally have to change gears manually, and there's 4 different buttons in MAME mapped to it. There's a lady over there.
Alright, so apparently, Vector Beam, real company, it was headed by Space Wars developer Larry Rosenthal, and they eventually merged with Cinematronics.
Oh, okay. You do see a lot of Cinematronics games from this era in MAME, so that makes sense why Vector Beam disappeared after a certain period.
I like this a lot.
This is really cool. Playing this in 79 or 80, like, Jesus Christ.
Blown my mind.
Be like, we are living in the future. There's airplanes, there's cows. You can shift up and shift down. We're going into 3rd gear. There are no rules anymore. Never back to 1st gear. And that is, that's Speed Freak.
Speed Freak by Vector Beam.
I think I've turned into a Speed Freak. I'm a freak for this game. A freak for speed. It's good.
It's good.
Check it out if you want. So, 1979, we have a big block of games from Cinematronics. You may not be familiar with this company, but you're about to become familiar. Let's play Starhawk. Oh, did I get the nice high score? Good.
Nice.
I'm glad.
Oh, this looks sick!
Yeah.
What the hell?
Just imagine these graphics zooming at you with the luminescent vector lines. That would just be amazing. This one... Yeah, okay, so it's a first-person perspective. You control this reticle. Your buttons either make the reticle slower or faster, and that's it. That's the extent of your controls. This may be one of those cabinets that we mentioned that have a greater degree of immersion if you use the original bezel art. But maybe not for this one.
Yeah, it's funny. This is before the Star Wars game, but it feels very influenced by the
yeah,
by the film.
1979, everyone would be feeling the effects of Star Wars mania.
Star Wars mania was crazy back then.
It was running wild. Yeah, The Empire Strikes Back. We get to meet Luke's freakish friend Yoda for the first time. Everyone was all like, man, wish I could go to a distant planet and meet a freak.
I swear to God, I must have dreamed it, but I saw a headline that said that Yoda died.
I think that was a dream, Alex.
Are you sure?
I don't know. There's been a lot of news the last couple of days. Anyone want to confirm if Yoda's dead or alive?
Yeah, it was like a...
Currently, we're in a Schrodinger's Yoda situation.
It was the Hollywood Reporter in my dream.
Oh, it must have been true then.
It was...
They wouldn't lie.
It was the Hollywood Reporter.
Yoda dead at 427. In dog years.
Why did my brain do that?
You're just worried about Yoda.
Am I?
Yeah. Don't watch Return of the Jedi.
No, I've seen that.
No, it's... As far as Alex knows, Yoda is still alive. Nobody tell him.
No. It was like the actor who played Yoda died. But I'm not talking the puppeteer or the voice actor. Like, Yoda was an actor, and he's who died.
Little green skin guy ended up living a long time.
He did! Not Frank Oz. My brain was like, wow, this green skin guy.
Did it provide a last name? What was his last name? I want to hear this. What was Yoda's last name?
God. I'm seeing it in my mind's eye.
What is it?
Stan.
Stan?
Yoda Stan, I think.
Are you sure this wasn't an article about the death of the biggest Yoda fan? All right, next
game. The next game.
Yoda Stan.
Yoda died.
I'm suddenly understanding how this stream works a whole lot more, getting that glimpse into Alex's brain.
Okay.
Also from Cinematronics, also from 1979, it is Sundance. We're heading to the film festival, folks. Oh yeah, these games. I briefed Alex before the show. A lot of these games start with the world's loudest explosion sound effect possible, so that's cool.
I love it.
Have you ever seen this game before?
No.
I'd never seen nor heard of this before prepping the stream.
Hell? Thank you, Comic Chameleon. 44-month resub. Here's to the long and successful acting career of Yoda Stan. Yes.
Rest in peace, Yoda Stan.
What's funny is the image of Yoda was just an image of Yoda I'd seen in a meme one day. So what happened was I saw a Yoda meme before I went to bed, and before I napped, and my brain was like, ah.
Was it like deep fried Yoda, and you thought he really got deep fried?
No, it was a picture of a really gentle looking sweet Yoda dying.
That's a shame. You're not gonna believe this shit.
Okay.
Alex, you're the one who's gonna play this.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you have the keypad on the keyboard.
Oh.
See if you can figure out what's going on here.
The keypad?
Is numlock on?
Oh, yes. Turn it off.
Maybe. Sure you're not pushing like 4 or 6 or 8 or something?
I'm pushing every button. My. There we go. I had to put it in the coin or something.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. In this game, you and another player, at your option, can battle to capture these little sparkles using a keypad consisting of 9 keys. I think player 1 is at the top and player 2 is at the bottom. This is emulated and MAME directly on the keyboard keypad. So you can just, as long as you can see where the sparkles are heading, if you can open up a hole in advance, that's the gameplay.
I have 5 sparkles.
Hey, good job. Wish
Yeah,
I had some sparkles. Whoa! You can shoot me?
Sure can.
How? Jesus.
Texas magic. You're about to be destroyed.
Yeah, I think you got this one. So like I mentioned, a lot of these game types you're seeing are before genres were really established and people were playing around with the idea of what a video game should be. And according to Cinematronics, this is what a video game should be.
Hell yeah. It should be bouncing around in holes. Two things Americans love.
I'm into that. No joystick, no dial, no buttons, just a keypad like you'd find on an ordinary payphone, which still existed back then.
Mm-hmm.
Sundance.
Sundance.
Huh. That's about all I can say about that one is huh.
Huh.
Also from Cinematronics in 1979, Tail Gunner. I think this one I prepared some art for it. There it is.
I love the Tail Gunner art. What the hell?
Yeah, a lot of the Cinematronics cabinets and bezel art look like this, so if you're a fan of this style, I think you should do well to look into Cinematronics. You may be a fan. What's it say?
Tail Gunner.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a trans rights vector game.
Whoa, it is! Man, good color choice.
I really like this art.
This game is from a first-person perspective. Is this too loud? It looks like it's like it's fine for the folks.
Yeah.
A lot of these games just don't have volume adjustments. They just start out at maximum ultra blast volume.
They're like, it's fine. Audiences don't. Our audience doesn't need to hear.
I can imagine just booting up a line of vector cabinets at the arcade. It just sounds like a war is happening. Good, I'll grab the donut and some coffee, heading into work at the arcade, just gonna flip on the power and kaboom! Should also mention, if you try to emulate these games in MAME, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck, first of all. Second of all, try to have that MAME set up when you have... In particular, I would recommend the Xbox Series X controller. If you have one of those hooked up, it'll automatically detect analog settings for a lot of these games, which helps. If not, all these games have individual analog settings for trackballs, for dials, pedals, cylinders, all sorts of analog inputs, and you will go through hell trying to get them set up. So it helps to have a default installed in MAME.
Cinematronics was founded by 2 San Diego Chargers players. Thank you, Electric Boogaloo and freaking Carols, for bringing that up. What the
That's cool. I like this game. Sometimes all you need to do is point at things and make them explode. And if you have a good explosion sound effect, that's like 90% of your success. But later on, we would see this exact kind of game done a whole lot better and a whole lot more memorably. So let's keep on moving on.
Moving on?
Mm-hmm. We're evolving very slowly, but very gradually. It's still 1979. We've reached the very end of the year. And here we have Vector Beam again with Warrior. Now, Alex, I don't know if you remember, but we've actually played this game. It was at Pinballs. It was in their little restaurant area.
Oh! This!
It's the game with the little dudes, yeah. This game also uses background art. It's kind of simulated here, very basically, but you get the idea.
Oh, I remember this! I remember this!
Agent Spork, thank you for the sub.
Thank you, yes. Agent Spork, look at this.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at this.
This is the game playing itself way better than we can.
And you fell in the hole.
Yeah, there's 2 holes in the middle you have to avoid. Otherwise, this is a one-on-one game. And I actually set it up so that you can play too, so let's go ahead and do that.
How do I play?
Keypad.
Oh, okay.
Your controls for this game are 4, 6, 8, and 2. And if you want to move your sword, you hold 5.
5?
Yeah. 5 on the keypad, and then you use the other keypad buttons to move your sword. Use it in conjunction with the other buttons. So like if you hold and push left and right, you do your basic sword swipe. If you push up and down, you can do like a slice.
This is so hard.
Come here, you.
No.
Avast ye.
No. No. No.
I stab it. You got me. Come here, you.
Squatula's 53 months. Resub. New Dark Souls looks hot.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you, Sass.
I'm gonna die.
Come here. Come here.
No. No.
Come here, you. Come here.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I'll get you this time.
No, you won't.
This is really dramatic. Oh, wait. Did we run out of time? Did you win?
I won!
You won! An amazing victory for Alex. Let's play again.
Okay. Here we go.
This is fun.
Alex.
It's not just another riff on Asteroids or some kind of shoot-'em-up game. They actually tried to incorporate some swordplay in this.
Yeah, good luck figuring it out, but it's fun.
Yeah. Really, it just involves holding down the sword button and then pushing the stick in different directions, hoping that you'll make a good strike. Ha-ha!
Oh, you got me.
Got him.
Yeah, this is RetroPals Evo.
I'm invading your square.
Get out of my square!
Come here. It's my square now.
No.
Got him.
No, you don't.
This was really fun to play in that little cafe.
It was! We need to go back to pinballs.
Yeah. Stab. Stab.
You know they're doing
and a swing
shows at pinballs now?
Cool. Can we get in?
I mean, we'd probably have to pay for the tickets. I mean, you mean, can we get in the ring?
Yeah. Can we be like a tag team?
We should! We love pinballs. They should do that for us. Okay.
Well, that's Warrior, a game that you can play with a friend, and wow, it sure is weird, but also kind of cool.
It is cool.
I like the way they rendered the little warriors with they're basically made up of triangles.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely primitive polygonal graphics, only without the shading. Good ass game. All right, next. Good news, everyone. We're out of the 70s. We have entered the year 1980, and we're starting off with another Cinematronics game. This is Armor Attack. Let's attack that armor.
Cool!
There's another game that uses overlay art, which you see represented here.
That looks sick.
That's pretty sick. As far as 1980 games go, this is pretty sick looking.
I like this. This is ported to Vectrix? That makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of these games got Vectrix ports. It's the only way it makes sense to port the game.
This is not a Russian game. This is good old America.
Cinematronics.
Good old San Diego Chargers.
The old San Diego Trot.
San Diego Chargers themselves did this, the entire team.
Just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
Well, they all had to compete with the Super Bowl shuffle, and once,
I got gunned the fuck down. So this is neat. You got a maze that isn't really depicted on the game screen itself. It's all part of the artwork, but I think it works pretty good. You can also see where the color overlays interact with the... you can't really call them sprites, can you?
Lines? Vector graphics? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't really have the vocabulary to deal with this style of gameplay. It's a game with a tank, and you shoot stuff. For fuck's sake. I could do better than that. Let's hear it for the Chargers. They're going to the Super Bowl this year.
I guess the Chargers have gone to the Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't know enough about the Chargers or football. I do know that vector graphics are sick, though.
Way to go, San Diego. I like shooting down the helicopter. It's very satisfying. I think this game also supports simultaneous two-player, so this would have been a hell of a lot of fun to play in 1980. To think, just a couple years ago, it was just a couple of ships in space drifting across one another. Barely any action to be found. Mission completed.
Mission completed.
We did it. Good work, everybody.
We did it.
Next game. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, the Cinematronics team were also the guy who wanted to go to P.F. Chang's. I love that guy. Hope
so hungry. Need to find my wife into P.F. Chang's. Atari's back. 1 year after Asteroids, they invented a different color with Asteroids Deluxe.
It's blue.
Looking a little bit bluer now. Now in this one, I think they took away the hyperspace, or at least I can't find the button for it. In the first game, that was just a button that would teleport you somewhere on the screen randomly. It was like a panic button. Most of the time, it would just make you explode, so I don't think they saw much of a value in that. Here around the time they released Asteroids Deluxe, they added in a shield.
Nice.
They made your ship a little bit chunkier. It's no longer strictly a triangle. It's got some heft to it. Fuck. No, we're gonna keep going.
Okay.
Can anyone give a compelling reason as to why Asteroids Deluxe is better than Asteroids, and do you prefer it?
There's a killer satellite. This game was in the Thing. Something to, consider.
Ooh, okay.
The ship is thicker.
Yeah, thicker ship. Thicker ships sink lips. These vector graphics are hurting my brain.
I was gonna say, are we doing okay here?
I think we're doing okay. We're in a 100-degree room playing games without shaded polygons, but that's okay. God damn it. The sun's going down. The night can only get better from here.
It's only like a little sweaty here.
Yeah. Next game. We know what Asteroids is. We're going to see a bunch of games that capitalize on the asteroids, too. But first, we got to see another game from Atari, which is a little bit wider than previous games.
It is wide. Let me... Oh, boy, yeah. Let me just adjust this here. Wide. All right.
Yeah, I've got an overlay for this one, so it's going to look a little funky. Check that out.
Oh.
This is what you would see if you were peering into a Battlezone cabinet, because the game actually did make you look into a damn periscope to play it. It's a dual stick game. You control your tank treads. There's mountains.
There's Jed.
Let's play this video game.
They delisted an Asteroids game recently or something?
How dare they?
I don't know how they put out an Asteroids game then unput it out. I didn't hear about that.
Unbelievable.
This looks sick. I'm not gonna lie. This looks really sick.
This is one of the better remembered Vector arcade games. I guess with Vector graphics, you actually started to see games that took place in the first person. I can't think of many other raster-based games that tried doing that back then. There was stuff like Blaster from Williams or something, but like, for a time, if you saw a first-person game, it was going to use vector graphics. I'm just saying, if we didn't have Battlezone, you wouldn't have Call of Duty. What do you think of this new character I came up with on the spot?
It's a YouTube nerd, is what I'm assuming you're trying to do, right?
I call him Basic Bert.
Is his whole thing that Basic Bert knows all the basic facts of gaming?
No, it's that he thinks every game is either every game is either Call of Duty or Dark Souls.
Okay, I love him. I love Basic Bert. Okay.
See a lot of Dark Souls in this game.
You can. You hide and you attack and then you retreat.
It's brutally difficult. It's unforgiving. There's one-hit deaths, which is common to Dark Souls.
Got swamps.
A lot of green.
Is this secretly a Shrek game?
Oh my god. That's Basic Bert's counterpart, Sammy Shrek.
Sammy Shrek.
Oh, he got me.
Sammy Shrek, like, this movie, this Citizen Kane really reminds me of the 1999 classic Shrek.
Yeah, the protagonist has layers, you see. Oh, we got the UFO. It makes a good noise when you get that. Yeah. This is a good game of Battlezone.
Yeah, you're doing well.
Oh, he's gonna shoot me. I don't know how to deal with things that have already shot at you because it's so hard to move quickly in this game. The most I can do is just like look away, which surprisingly doesn't work. Kapow!
Hey, your shot completely missed.
Yeah, I know. I had to make a really quick shot. Now let's scooch around. Let's drift him. We're drifting around the... Okay, he caught me mid-drift. Bah. This is a good one, folks. If you've heard of Battlezone, the rumors are true. It is a good game. I want to play a little bit more, actually.
Alright, hold on. I actually have to turn up the sound.
Okay. Now you can hear Battlezone too. Oh, that was a good shot. Go. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh. Double KO.
Rip.
You know what was rumored back then? That there was this volcano back there.
Yeah.
If you drove long enough, you could get to the volcano, according to the rumor.
Is it bullshit?
It is bullshit. You can never get to the volcano.
Is Mew in the volcano?
He may be, but we can't get to it. Anyone want to try using MAME cheats to see if Mew is under the volcano? Fuck. I start to lose it when I see those tanks crawling up on me. Like, what can you do? They got little radars on them.
How dare they? We should be the only one with radar.
What a cool looking game. Battlezone, a true classic, and for good reason. It's good. But do you want to see an alternate version of Battlezone that Atari was making around the same time? It is called Bradley Trainer.
Bradley Trainer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to need to reset the crop on this.
Yeah, give me a sec here.
Now, a lot of people love Battlezone. And you know who loved Battlezone the most? That's right, the U.S. military. So they decided to reskin this and turn it into a military simulator. Let's play it. It looks a little bit different. Though, weirdly enough, it's still set up for coinage. Like, did they make the army men just, like, plop in quarters after doing 10 push-ups? Give me 2 coins and 10 push-ups, soldier.
Jed's still there.
Yeah, Jed's still there. He's joined the army. Let's see if we can do anything in this. This game's really hard to grasp. Okay, so there's a helicopter you start off with. You can use the magnification to zoom in and out, which is pretty cool. You can also fire stuff at it. I don't know if this is having any effect. I'm firing. I'm firing missiles. I'm firing slow machine guns. There's like 12 different buttons on the cabinet to switch between your different armaments, including this one and this one.
So it's supposed to be like using a real tank, huh?
Yeah. I just like the magnification option. Unfortunately, you can't magnify the moon.
Bullshit.
It's just when you try to take a closer look at it, it's not there. This would later be explored in Atari's Fake Moon Landing, the arcade game. Oh, there's another thing.
What is that? Uh-oh. Oh, that doesn't look good.
Who are you? Get out of here.
Helicopter.
This ain't your fucking party. Get the fuck out. Just... I'm gonna get this guy. Kaboom. Someone blew something up.
I love that little helicopter.
Did I run out of all ammo just randomly pushing buttons inside my tank? Alright, if you're gonna pilot a tank in real life, don't do that. The volcano is still here! Were we gonna have some military operations near active volcanoes? So what are we simulating here, people?
That's crazy. Okay, according to Electric Boogaloo Funk, most Atari programmers refused to work on this.
That's cool.
The Battlezone dev only worked on Ed Rotberg only worked on it because Atari management promised him he would never be asked to do anything for the military in the future. That's wild.
Look, just one defense contract. Come on, guys, just one.
That's wild.
Way back when, this was state of the art. So much so that the military wanted their hands on it. And luckily, this is preserved and emulated in MAME. Because you know the U.S. military wouldn't release this on their own.
They should. It should be public domain. You should be able to go to mame.us.gov and play it.
Mame.gov. That would be amazing. Well, if you're the champion at this game, you can enlist in the army, so make sure you do that.
Okay.
Next game.
Wait, never mind. Okay, what's next?
Yeah, it just makes sense. Let's play Red Baron. This is a part of a string of real big games from Atari. Atari circa 1980 was just pumping out these vector games, and they were all kind of amazing.
There we go. Just adjusting this real quick. There we go. Cool.
This is one of those environmental cabinets where the art really takes over the gameplay here.
It looks sick.
I like the way this looks, yeah. You come up on this cabinet, you think, man, I want to play this. I like what they did with the propeller there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I love the little vector lines acting as a moving propeller.
And here we are. We were the Red Baron. Shooting down our hated rival, Snoopy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where the hell's Snoopy?
Oh, wait, no, Snoopy was the Red Baron.
No, Snoopy was fighting the Red Baron.
Oh, okay.
Snoopy was not on the side of Germany in World War I.
Well, thank God.
Germany was against... I mean, not Germany was against Snoopy. Snoopy was against Germany in World War I.
Germany was
I don't know
against
if
Snoopy.
Germany was against Snoopy in World War I. I don't...
Any Germans in chat want to weigh in? Are you still against Snoopy?
How are you feeling, Snoopy?
Are you still waging the war on Snoopy? Anyway, this game feels amazing to play. It's just constant non-stop action. You can move really quickly. It feels enough like flying without turning into a bullshit simulator that just feels like a chore to play. You just have a basic analog stick and a gun button. And as long as you keep holding down that button, you should be fine. Why is he shooting down all these Zeppelins? Were there war Zeppelins?
They're in World War I, probably. I don't know enough about World War I.
Anyone want to fill me in on that? I legit don't know. Oh, shit!
I'm pretty sure they would have had maybe some Zeppelin. There were airships in World War I? That's crazy.
Holy shit, airships. I'm sorry, I'm just picturing like RPG airships.
World War I is kind of crazy if you read about it.
Kinda,
it's like
yeah.
a crazy war. I mean, all wars are crazy, but...
That one was especially Stupid.
It was a real wackadoo.
Sorry.
Sorry
to all you fans.
but World War I is just real stupid.
All wars are stupid, but that one was, whew, what were they thinking?
Yes, it's a real war fail, if you ask me.
That's gonna end up on Fail Blog.
You might say that everyone in World War I was conscripted into the fail army.
Wow.
I use that joke so much, I'm sorry.
Alex, I might like this game more than Battlezone.
I love this game.
If just because you're way more mobile, right? And there's not just a tank sitting in front of you and you think, oh god, what am I gonna do? And what you do every time, of course, is sit there for 10 seconds and get shot. This game, though, you can just zoom back and forth. You can fire so many shots off into the distance. You can single-handedly win the war. Wait, we're the Red Baron.
Yeah!
Maybe we don't want
you're winning the war for Germany. Have fun.
Maybe we don't want to do that.
The fail army must still be a thing because I'm getting so many of their recommendations on my front page still.
I took out 3 dudes and then they took me out. I think this is like
you're a lieutenant now.
This is basically a simulation of the Red Baron. How many 1-ups did that guy have, do you think?
1,000, and you just destroyed him. He'd worked his whole life for all those 1-ups.
We're starting to see these games evolve really quickly. Just think about what you saw in like 1978 with Space War. All of a sudden you have a real-ass action game that pretty much resembles what you'd see in early 80s arcade games. This was, I would say, like, what's the word for this? A concurrent evolution of video games, whereas raster-based graphics were trying out stuff like Pac-Man. This is what vector graphics games were doing. This ain't no fucking Pac-Man.
This ain't Pac-Man.
This ain't Pac-Man. This is a rip-off, which is what our next game is called.
Cinematronics.
Back to Cinematronics. Hut.
Cool.
Look at that.
What the fuck is this?
So you may be able to barely make out the instructions on the top, but this game itself is not a rip-off. It's these other tanks. They're trying to rip off your fuel supply, and you gotta stop them.
Oh, okay.
Gotta say, though, real bold calling your game a rip-off. I think you can even, like, just drive over the fuel. And they try and take off with it. And even back then, there was a graphics race.
I love the way it steals. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
It's really cute. They're just like, doop. They're just stealing your little triangles. Thank you, Ossifracat. Sorry about that. I was thinking about cats for the sub. Thank you.
Thank you. What happened to vector graphics, though? It looked like they were winning the battle. If there was a war between raster graphics and vector graphics, I think they would be winning in 1980. But we're going to see more of the story as we play more of these games. My triangles! Give me back my triangles!
Hey, I like Rip-Off a lot.
It's pretty cool, right?
This is really good.
Oh, my precious triangles.
This looks like fun. I want to play this game.
I like how you come out the little doors on the side of the bezel art. Don't you get back here, you fiend!
They just love those tasty little triangles.
Give me that Dorito! I saved my Dorito. No! Dorito thief! Dorito thief! That's the end of that. So that game was kind of interesting. You notice how many times I got blown up and I didn't lose?
Yeah.
They don't give you lives. It's just based on the things in the middle. So it's a little bit of a different take on the standard shoot 'em up.
I really like that. That was different.
Yeah. Way to go, Cinematronics.
Good job. You really scored a touchdown with that one.
Yeah. Dorito touchdown. Whatever. Next game.
Whatever. Sponsored by Frito-Lay.
We're back to Atari. Atari in 1980 made a game called Space Duel. So let us play that. Look at those CPUs. They got a pokey in there. 2 of them.
Pokey?
2 pokies. Oh, it's like baby blocks.
Oh, Space Duel.
Space babies.
That is... Those are like baby blocks, right? Like... Paydel.
Paydel?
Pale. Ale.
Oh, I was hoping they'd leave behind the letters for pal.
Al.
Now they're just showing off. Look at this. Color vector graphics. It doesn't use overlays. It doesn't use art on the side panel or bezel. It's just straight up color vector graphics. Atari do it. They do it.
They do it.
Oh, how do you play this game? If you're playing this in MAME, this game has a select button, which isn't automatically mapped. It's this one. Now, if you want to play one player, it looks like this. Now, just imagine, with the luminescence, how these things would look in real life on a real monitor. I would probably die. I would die from looking at these.
This looks like it would be nauseating, yes.
That's a lot of colors doing a lot of spinning very quickly.
Honey, I hate to say it, but this is just Asteroids.
No. It's an evolution of a proven favorite. Your quarter boxes will be full from all the quarters.
How much cash box have you been reading?
Replay magazine, actually.
Oh, okay.
Look, this one has bonus levels. Asteroids don't got no bonus levels.
That's fair. That's fair.
Try to tell me Space Encounters or whatever this is called isn't original. What's it called?
Space Duel.
Space Duel, yeah. Look at that. Look at that fancy shit as I get exploded.
Rip.
I think this game was really predicated more on the shock and awe of seeing its graphics, other than, the original gameplay in and of itself. Because people had seen this before. In fact, they saw it earlier in the year with Asteroids Deluxe. I guess Atari felt entitled to make a little bit more cash off of that. Let them have it, I say.
Get that money.
Alex, why don't you hit F3? There's a second mode in this game you should see. I love the baby blocks.
I do too.
Especially because they're out in space and being shot. This mode.
What?
You can tether together two ships and have them fire independently.
Like Chaotix.
Yeah, actually. This is Knuckles Chaotix, the prototype, also known as Sonic Crackers.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is Sonic Crackers core.
There's also two-player modes, which lets you do this with a human second player.
Oh.
I just appreciate that they give you this option for a single player. It doubles your firepower. It makes the game feel a lot more chaotic. Hey, maybe that was the intention. They had it planned all along. Atari Chaotix. I really like this tethered mode. It makes it really difficult to tell where your ship is going to go and how it's going to bounce off stuff.
Nice.
So see, it's not just asteroids, it's asteroids and more. Don't you feel ashamed now?
I feel horrible.
Good. Should. Next game. You should feel horrible while playing classic video games. If you don't feel horrible while watching the Retro Pals, what are you even doing?
You're doing it wrong. All right, next up.
Back to Cinematronics. It is time for Star Castle. I think this also uses an overlay. Alex having to work overtime with all of our preset MAME scenes and transitions and things.
We're good. There
all
we
right.
go.
Now look at that.
I like it.
You get color, but it's the old style, you see, where there's clearly like film placed over the screen. Cinematronics hadn't yet invented that Atari technology to provide full color vector graphics just yet. So this is an interesting one. It's a game where, guess what? You're in a ship and you thrust around and shoot things. But also there's this centerpiece, like a nice Thanksgiving dinner. Gotta blast it away.
You know, I was gonna ask why Starship stuff was so popular for arcade games, and I just realized Star Wars was.
Yep, Star Wars and Star Trek were very popular at the time. I think the first Star Trek movie was due around this time. A lot of people's minds were on space and the space race. And in the real world with, whatever that was about.
The Star Wars program?
Yeah, the real world Star Wars. Zoom!
There you go.
You go real fast in this. I like plinking away at the Star Castle. Did that say game over?
Yeah.
It's hard to read at this distance
it is,
in vector graphics. I didn't think that said game over. I'm not going to tell you what I thought it said, because it doesn't make any sense.
I told you about my dream where Yoda, the actor who played Yoda Stan died.
I thought it said Humpty Dump, alright? Yoda Stan and Humpty Dump are the new hosts of Retro Pals.
Humpty Dump!
The colors sort of ran together. Wow! Okay, I'm dead then. Star Castle, aka Humpty Dump.
Humpty Dump!
Can you even shoot the damn Star Castle? It keeps making new barriers.
You gotta get the turret in the center, I guess?
Take that turd in the center.
Eat shit, turd. You're getting there.
This is tense. Hey, I got it!
You did it!
I killed the Star Castle!
You no more Star Castle!
There's another one.
Oh, man.
Taking a big old Humpty Dump on retro games, that's me. Look, the monitor's across the room. The vector graphics are very skinny.
They are.
The colors all blend together. I'm looking at this magnificent bezel art. See? Humpty Dump.
Humpty Dump.
We gotta get through these games before our brains fully disintegrate. This is a race against time. Star Castle was pretty good. I'd play more of that. But you know what Atari had in 1980? Fucking Tempest. Like, yeah, you can go fuck around with your little Star Castle. That's nice, dear. That's nice. We got Tempest. We've already won. Is basically what Atari was saying.
And I mean, you're not wrong. Tempest whips.
It's pretty incredible, yeah. I've known people who don't play video games at all, but Tempest is the one video game they remember and like. Moms love Tempest, do you know that?
That makes sense. Yeah! Yeah, they do! Sorry, it was like full blast to the...
Okay. That's how we liked it back then. We liked it loud. We liked our games to be screaming.
Both my moms like Tempest.
It's true. Oh. This is real fun to play in the arcade, and it's really hard to replicate without the original dial controller, which really makes the game as much fun to play as it is. It's fun to just spin that thing and watch your ship go around. Just holding down that fire button. Now this is a video game. You've seen some experiments. You saw Sundance. Sundance can just immediately go to hell compared to this. Sorry to all the Sundance fans. I'm sure your movies are very prestigious.
Danny, take me to Sundance.
Okay, what should we submit?
Oh, I thought we were just gonna go watch movies. We should submit one of our, we should submit just like, I don't know, this episode.
This one?
Yeah, we could say it's meta commentary.
Okay.
On the nature of Sundance.
We're making commentary on Sundance for a submission to Sundance about a game called Sundance.
I don't know. I watched part of a movie the other day that was just a bunch of YouTube videos tied together, and it really sucked. So we can do that.
I like how this game changes the level layouts like really drastically the later you go on. So it's no longer like tubes; it's just like stairways and shit like that.
Okay, yeah. If we did submit anything to Sundance, it would be the Babysitting Mama episode. That's
fair.
Of
course, yeah. We peaked there. I don't know why we kept streaming.
Because we wanted to play Tempest.
We thought maybe there's going to be some game someday that's as good as Babysitting Mama. We'll find it. We've been looking. Yeah, I can't play this. This is way too tough. Never mind, I rule.
Thank you. Thank you, All Hail Magombo, for gifting a sub to Twitch user Yoda Stan.
Nice.
Wherever you may be, Yoda Stan, you are welcome
In
here.
loving memory. Thank you. Oh my god.
I wish I had more dreams like that.
Yeah, that would be cool. Next time, see if you can find out Chewbacca's last name. How the fuck is anyone good at Tempest? Impossible video game for aliens. Oh, I like the way this level looks. Man, that's cool.
Nice.
Nowadays, I probably wouldn't go for original Tempest if I'm going to play a game like this. I'd probably go for Tempest 2000 on Jaguar or Space Giraffe. What was the, oh, there was some good midpoint between Space Giraffe and Tempest 4K. Like, those two games feel like a little bit too much Jeff Minter, but there was a game that was, like, perfectly right in the middle. TXK, that's what that was.
Yes, I saw chat talking about that.
That was a really good one. That's the one to get, in my opinion. 69-420! Cut it! Cut it! We're cutting it. I reached the top score. We cannot score anymore. Fantastic. We've exited the year 1980. We are entering into the blessed year of 1981. These will present us with the biggest and best vector graphics games we've yet seen. Starting with Boxing Bugs. What a game. You ever boxed a bug?
No. I am very friendly to bugs now. I don't know if you know, but I've turned around on bugs. I like them.
Well, maybe you shouldn't see this. This is a game about punching bugs with glove for points.
No!
But they're also trying to bomb you, you see. So you gotta shoot off the bombs. You can't punch the bombs, though. You have to shoot them off with the the little device in the back of your boxing glove. This game doesn't make a whole lot of sense. How many rounds can you last? Every fourth round is a bonus round. Alex, shake hands with the bugs.
Done.
You must fight 8 bugs.
Oh, that's so weird. You've got the thing from your behind and the... Oh, this
Yeah.
is so weird.
Yeah. The boxing glove is your front part, and your back part, your butt, is where you, where the bullets come out. The bullets can only be used on the bombs. The punching can only be used on the bugs. You want to punch the bugs. There we go. Cinematronics was on some different shit. While you see Atari making like Red Baron and Tempest, and you're like, okay, this is good business. And then Cinematronics is making this, which is fun. This game's really surprisingly fun. But on the other hand, it doesn't really have the approachability as something like Tempest, where you look at that and you know what you're getting the second you put the coin into the machine. This one, the second you put the coin in the machine, what are you thinking? Other than, I'm a fucking freak who likes weird games.
This is... Oh my god, that's so sick!
Yeah. I appreciate how weird they were. Whereas Atari was more like, okay, we're just gonna make genre-defining games that change the course of gaming history, whatever. It's me and Alex. Holy fuck! He's going apeshit.
This game rocks. This is my game. This is it. This is it.
I think I was about to have a point, but fuck it. Fuck what I was about to say. This game's amazing. It's the best game we played all day. You punch the bugs. You shoot the bombs. It's genius. You can punch and shoot from 2 different ends.
I love this. Danny, can we get a cabinet of this?
Absolutely. These are probably plentiful and cheap, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Got him. Sniped him. I think I found my game. Kill bugs while they sleep in their bunker.
It's horrible. Thank you. Not horrible. Thank you, St. Asper Team, 100 bits. It just now dawns on me that Vector arcade games are almost entirely American developed. Yeah!
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah, that is interesting.
So it's like progression based on hardware and also a regional thing in the really early 80s that would determine the direction your arcade games went. Either which hardware you had or which region you were in. Very lonely time in the 1980s. Only Americans got to enjoy boxing bugs.
Mm-hmm.
You think the world would be different if Miyamoto got to play this?
Yes.
I think so, too.
I think it'd be a better place.
Yeah.
I think Mario would punch way more bugs.
I think Mario would be a bug.
I'd love that bug Mario.
Mm-hmm. Be like, oh, new Super Mario Odyssey. Did you see all the new bugs Mario can turn into? Well, of course, he's a bug man. We all know this.
Mario's famous bug transformation.
His antagonist would be Stanley the Bug Man from Donkey Kong 3.
Yes.
I keep forgetting I have a panic button. Yeah, that's a button that pushes all the bugs and bombs away from you, in case you can't hack it like that. I think this credit's about to come to an end, though. Ooh, never mind. I'm amazing.
Watch out!
Fuck.
Oh!
I got a 1-up at some point. No, I used up all my panics. Oh, I'm so fucked! I'm
You're
fucked!
fucked!
I was fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
Oh, I'm sorry, Danny.
That's an expression you hadn't heard in a while. Where'd that come from? Being fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
That is such a good question. That was sick. I like that.
Thank you. I like boxing bugs. I like boxing bugs.
You like boxing bugs?
Maybe I like Cinematronics. Maybe I'm
Maybe.
turning around on them. Let's play a Gremlin game.
Gremlin?
I think this is the first game we've seen from Gremlin tonight. This is a game called Eliminator. The classic American duel of Sega and Gremlin. They were partnered for a while. And I think Gremlin is the only reason we saw any Sega Vector games at all, which we're about to see. This game's also really dialed up the presentation. Look at that.
There is a Wiktionary article about the being fucked 6 ways to Sunday, so
Oh, okay.
the info's out there.
Okay, I'll have to look that up. Next time I'm being fucked 6 ways from Sunday. Force opponents into Eliminator base.
Got it.
Fuck, you expect me to read this? Fucking alphabet soup.
Hey, this is cool.
It is cool. It's cool not just in terms of gameplay, but the fact that they sexied it up a little with this presentation they got going on here. I would be inspired to put a coin into this cabinet, seeing this sexy introduction.
Boom.
You got something against me calling this sexy?
No, it's fine.
Okay,
it's
good.
normal. You're normal.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. Let's play the video game. Guess what? It's Asteroids again. But this time, it's a little bit different. It's got color graphics. It has some kind of physics system in place. You can run into the big thing to blow up.
I like that.
What you really want to do is shoot this thing right in the middle.
I like the rain. Whoa!
Yeah, look at that.
That was sick.
That was like the best thing you could see in arcades in 1981.
All right, Gremlin. Okay, Gremlin. I think you're all right, Gremlin.
Yeah, maybe this Gremlin. Maybe we should let Gremlins make games after all.
Thank you.
Maybe we were wrong. With our anti-Gremlin stance over the years. Is this thing growing?
Is it?
I think it may be.
It's undulating for sure.
It's pretty unsettling. A lot of these games have filled me with a very basic dread. Maybe it's just like the infinite blackness of space, the stark presentations, but...
Cool C.
This is a cool C. I want to blow up one of those again before we move on.
Okay.
We got to see that.
It does look like the old Comedy Central logo.
Oh, yeah. Remember when it was called Ha?
Yes.
I don't think there's anyone currently living who remembers when it was called Ha, but the Comedy Central network was originally called HA exclamation mark, or Ha. Kaboom.
That was sick.
God, that's good. All right, let's move on. We've got Sega and Gremlin on the case, so we're going to start seeing some major advancements in the field of vector arcade games. But first, we got to see what Midway's up to with Omega Race. What are you up to, Midway?
What are you up to?
You and your Zilog Z80s, your speaker, your vector video. Want to try reading that?
In the year 2000, the Omega system developed a method of training its warriors to protect their stand colonies over the cities of Kama, Android.
Good, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not reading any of that. All right, hear me out. It's still a little bit Asteroids. There's still a little bit of Asteroids in there. You're going to make a vector game, there's going to be some Asteroids in it. But this is like a thinking man's Asteroids, where you have a field that you can bounce around on. You don't just teleport through the sides. There's individual levels. It plays jaunty little tunes when you complete them.
It does play jaunty little tunes.
And there's a set of physics that revolve around this. You notice how you bounce off things realistically?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why the frame rate kind of suffers in this game. Where the fuck am I? There I am.
You're bouncing.
Kaboom. Crunchy explosions are what these games have a lot of, too. If you love the crunch, you want to play these games. Like sliding around the corner and shooting them, and then just bouncing off. Alex, the video games are evolving in front of our eyes.
They are. They're changing. Look, triangles!
Yeah, they're starting to become more advanced. They're learning more shapes. They're learning that there's more sounds beyond doot and I think we should return to our origins. I think our next stream we should say nothing but doot and
I agree. Can I go boop, 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 boop?
Oh, that's a classic, yeah. That one's not one of my favorites, but it's nice to see Midway making one of these. A lot of people jumping on the vector train. It's a very simply drawn train. Next game. Cinematronics, 1981, Solar Quest. Let's go on a Solar Quest.
Solar Quest.
We've seen Sun dance. We've danced with the sun. Now it's time to quest with it. Man, now there's some art that tells a story.
That's sick.
I would just go to the arcade and look at this art. Like, I don't need no quarters. I'm just going to go around reading the arcade machines.
How much coke would you be on?
Well, we all required a little bit of coke to function in the 70s. I think that's the main difference between then and now.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Coke is having another moment. But
Is
I
it?
could be, I don't know, I could be wrong. I know Garfield's having a moment.
Are those two things related?
Listen, I don't want Jim Davis to get mad at me, so no.
New Garfield branded Coke. Do you see the resemblance between this and the first game we played? There's a thing at the center. It's basically Asteroids. We keep seeing games try to evolve the Asteroids formula, but at the end of the day, it's still just Asteroids. It really makes me wonder how much further we could have pushed vector-based games, if not for the looming specter of, like, tremendously successful games that came before these others. Like, what if there was no Asteroids to base this off of? What would this be? Will we end up with more games like Boxing Bugs? Really hard to say.
Really hard to say.
But Cinematronics, at least, wasn't gonna venture far from a winning formula. At least they figured out the color vector graphics. By now, you should be figuring out why you probably haven't heard of Cinematronics, despite the fact they made so many games in this short period of time. They had a couple of winners, but not really anything that stood out on the level of Tempest or Asteroids. I like the glowy effect on the text, though.
I love it. It looks really cool. I love the way it fades.
Don't you wish you could shoot the sun?
Every day this month. And last month. And the month before.
Well, I died, but I shot the shit out of the sun.
Thank you, honey. Someone needed to do it.
That's for everyone. Next up, oh my god, Sega is making vector-based arcade games. They did it. They're doing it themselves, and they're starting with Space Fury. This game might surprise you if you've never seen it. Not in terms of gameplay. Guess what? It's Asteroids again. But there's other things that may surprise and excite you. Things like this. I know,
give me a sec.
Okay. Here it is.
So, a creature for my amusement. Prepare for battle.
I love him!
There, see? You like this now, don't you? Sometimes you can just make Asteroids over and over again. All you gotta do is put a weird talking alien on it.
So, you defeated my scouts. Well, my cruisers will destroy you.
Cool.
He talks to you every level. He shit talks you. He's all like, "Oh, you're never gonna do good, space guy."
You are starting to annoy me, creature. My destroyers will annihilate you.
He gets more panicked and pissed off as you continue to play.
You survived. Warships, dispose of this annoyance at once.
Was he drinking water when he said that one? Oh, my aliens!
Well,
Blah, 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 blah. I've never beaten this level. This level's really hard.
oh, he got eaten.
Plus, you have like the worst weapon for this one. I do like that the different upgrades give you different weapons to use, but some of them are better than others. And this is the least good of them all.
Yeah, those are Reese's peanut butter cups that are forming.
Whoa, you're right! Delicious!
God.
They got the ridged edges and everything. Whoa. It's impossible. Is this just the level where you die?
This is a level where they're like, listen, you need to give us more quarters.
Yeah, you saw the talking alien. Now pay up. So, it looks like you haven't given me any quarters lately. Have you considered doing that? Whoop. Freaking peanut butter cups. You think back then we could have realized just how many variations of the Reese's peanut butter cups there would come in the future years?
I saw another
Our
variation.
battle is completed, warrior. You were a stimulating opponent.
At least we stimulated him.
Never mind. Nothing I can say about Reese's will fix that.
Danny wins again. Cool game. I like the alien.
Me too.
Now let's move on to Cinematronics' War of the Worlds. This is another game that uses background art pretty effectively, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, look at that. You can adjust the screen a little if you want.
All right.
Yeah, that works.
There we go.
This game's pretty sparse looking if you don't have the art. Like, it's not even in color. You have to... It has the cellophane that adds color.
Oh, that is a cellophane overlay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's play it. You have a shield. You have a shot. There's these little spider aliens who want to fuck your shit up.
Yeah, from the original War of the Worlds. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So is it based off of the original novels?
I don't know. Anyone happen to know?
Anyone know about the copyright of the War of the Worlds? I'm pretty sure the original is in public domain.
Yeah, it could be. I just like their little spider legs.
They're very cool.
Just think of how this would look in real life with the luminescent graphics, the spider legs coming up towards you. You wouldn't know what to think.
Okay. Info from chat that this was never released.
Oh, what? But it's good.
There's only like 10 cabinets of this that were made.
Oh. Oh, he's huge. Fuck, he's getting too close. No. I like how they get cut down in size. It's really neat. Let's play that again. If you look through MAME, there are a bunch of unreleased Vector arcade games, some of which are emulated, some of which aren't. Most of them are, though. What the hell, Cinematronics? I mean, this is no boxing bugs, but what is? I'm doing a lot better this time. All I'm saying is that instead of fucking around with OLED screens, the next Nintendo Switch should just use vector graphics.
I agree! We should return to vector graphics.
Yeah. If they want to do like what they're rumored to do and increase the price of the Switch, it better have a bump in hardware graphics. By which I mean vector graphics. That's also what they're doing when they increase the price of the Oculus Rift 2.
Oh, yeah.
It's all gonna be vector graphics.
Hey, they better.
Vector VR chat. I'm a fox made out of vectors. Guess where all my polygons went.
The tail, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant. This is cool. This would have really had a good presence in arcades, too. There's just something neat about watching those little spider guys come up towards you gradually with their weird little legs. Cinematronics, you fucked up by not releasing this one.
SMH.
Next game. Alright, we're back to Atari. We've entered the year of 1982, and this is Atari's most advanced vector game to date. This is Black Widow. Tag grub sticks for points.
Got it.
Commands for gamers. Shoot bugs, then tag grub sticks.
Push eggs off web. Shoot grenade bugs with caution.
There's a lot of good advice here. A lot of it applies to modern life.
Slick.
That is a cool title screen. Let's play some Black Widow.
Let's do it.
Difficulty for sure. Far out. Intense. Shoot bug to collect bonus. So you're a spider. This is your web. and you do what spiders do and engage in twin-stick combat.
Yes, I'm fully aware of the twin-stick capabilities of spiders.
Just like real spiders, you have
Try for the egg.
You got to collect money, and you got to push the eggs off the thing. Oh shit! It hatched.
Yeah, it's not Asteroids.
Yeah, it's not Asteroids, and there's actually a hell of a lot going on in this game aside from the absolute basic gameplay. You have a lot of options in terms of your twin-stick movement. There's stuff like pushing things off the web, and eventually there's little walls that build up. Like these you can cross over, but once they turn red, you can't go over them.
Oh, that sucks.
So it's like an evolving playfield. You can clearly see why Atari got as big as it did when it did, because you've seen the competition, and you've seen what they were making. And as much as I like Cinematronics, this kind of shit's all over them.
It kind of does. It kind of makes all the other companies look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, other companies.
Yeah, even Sega, who got in on it late, they couldn't quite keep up with Atari even. But who could with games like this, and Tempest, and Battlezone? This one's fun. You hardly ever see this one re-released or talked about, but
No, you don't.
I quite like this one.
No one's a big Black Widow head out there.
Got too many people who are being fans of the bug and not the game. Black Widow ain't so great.
Mm-hmm.
Brown Recluse will kill you quicker. Actually, I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I don't actually know what's worse. We only have wolf spiders, thank goodness, so I wouldn't know.
There should be more games based on killer bugs, like Deadly Creatures on the Wii.
Yeah, there should be a game like, okay, I was thinking that. I was thinking a game where you play as a scorpion.
Yeah.
What about a game where you play as a snake?
I think you
They
want...
have a game called that. It's called Snake. What am I thinking?
It's one of those popular games ever made.
Famous, yeah. Brown Recluse worse than a Black Widow? Okay, Chad has spoken.
Oh, is it? Okay. I'll try not to get stung by either. Oh, crap, there's a thing on me. Get it off me. Or is it a good thing?
You died, so it's a bad thing.
It was a bad thing, yeah. Early 80s games, you think really simple. You think kind of laid back even a little bit. Games like Pac-Man, Maze Chase games. But this proves that arcade gamers, they were all about that twitch action, even as far back as 81 and 82. Games like Tempest and this.
Do gamers still like Twitch action? Because...
Well, yeah, they're all here watching us on Twitch.
Say, damn it.
I'm glad they made a website where you can stream these old Twitch action games.
Get it.
Get the fuck out of here. This is my web. Get the fuck out. Cool game. Big fan. Hail Italia, or whatever flag color that is. I guess that's also the Mexican flag colors.
Yeah, it's... Buongiorno, everybody.
Yeah, buongiorno. Wow, what a good game.
Good game.
1982 continues, and things can only get better with rock-ola, and they present Demon. Demon, the video game.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I fucking say something?
Yeah.
This overlay is shit.
Yeah, I know. They don't really live up to the standards of Cinematronics, to say the least. Rock-ola did not put nearly as much attention into their presentation as they should have.
Wait, rock-ola, the
jukebox manufacturer? Yeah.
They got into arcade games?
Of course. Everyone wanted to get into arcade games. This is a game where you pick up little dots, and then you put them on the dot receptacle. It's right here. It's all like, delicious dots. But don't worry, there's also dudes to shoot.
Okay, thank God. You can't play video games unless you're shooting dudes.
This is kind of a weird one, in that there's kind of a passive second player, just slowly drifting across the space field throughout the course of the game. It's up to you to do the dirty work and go around and shoot things and collect stuff. There you go, friend.
I love those little aliens. Are they aliens, or what are those things?
Hard to say. Oh boy.
And why is this called Demon?
Yeah, rock-ola, you got a lot of questions to answer with this one. There's a lot about this game that is not really all that obvious. Speaking of unreleased games, though, we were a few minutes ago. rock-ola made a really interesting unreleased vector game that we're going to play in a little bit. That's way more interesting than this. Maybe these companies should have just kept going with what they were doing, because if Cinematronics released War of the Worlds, that wouldn't have been that much worse than what they were already making.
I mean, that's fair, Flemish dog. I guess that rock-ola would already have a network to distribute in if, you know, if they were distributing jukeboxes, so...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So even if they don't have the best game available, they got the market to distribute it in.
They're like, hey, we got those fancy new video games you've been hearing about.
That's just smart money. We're all about that here on Retro Pals. That's your smart money tip for the day. Don't invest in rock-ola.
Got it.
Let's go next game. We're actually making good progress. We may actually see all of these tonight. Atari's back, 1982. Their follow-up to Black Widow. It is Gravitar. I expect big things from you, Atari. This better be good. Flunky list.
Flunky.
You don't see that word much anymore.
No, you don't. Bring it back.
Where are all the good flunkies in the world? Where did all the flunkies go?
I'm being gravitared over here.
This game, it's a lot. It kind of combines Asteroids, big surprise, with Lunar Lander and a few other gameplay concepts. You have a tractor beam? You shoot bunkers? I don't know, I'm just getting used to the idea of floating around and shooting stuff in space. But we have to evolve, because Atari demands it.
I guess space would be a good use of vector graphics, because all you need is like a couple points of light for the stars, and you're good.
Other than that, it's just like the inky blackness of eternity or whatever is out there. Oh yeah, you can get in these space battles on the level select screen. Like if things get too close to you, it engages this close-up mode. Let's see if we can... Okay, we got into a level. Now these levels, they make you, Fuck! They're really hard. You gotta go in and get stuff and escape. It requires a real degree of precision that I don't have. Let's go into this level. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Jesus Christ.
You just flew into the...
I don't know what I'm doing. Might as well have put a fucking baby behind the controls. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well,
it's fine.
Well, we got him.
Did we?
No.
Sorry.
Look, I practiced Lunar Lander. I didn't practice this. Let's play
fair.
Let's play this again.
Yeah, no, try again.
Maybe these games just got too advanced for their own good. Maybe that's why they fell out of favor.
Okay, so Gravitar was I thought I saw something about this earlier. Gravitar was a flop, and Atari converted all the unsold cabinet into Black Widow cabs. So...
Ooh, good choice. That was the right thing to do for sure. So notice how you have gravity affecting you, but also you're playing around with space physics. These games are really challenging my vocabulary tonight. I think here you have to land on the bunker, right? Get away from my bunker.
Be nice to Danny's bunker.
Yeah. Hey, get the fuck out. Oh boy.
You need to use your tractor beam. How the hell do you... Oh.
See you, losers.
You did it.
I beat a level. I forgot about the tractor beam part. Thanks for the reminder. I knew I was missing something. Oh, right into a star.
Don't do that.
I was incinerated immediately.
I didn't think that star could kill you. I thought it was a level.
That was your first mistake.
Alright.
Oh, boy.
Hey,
It's fine. It's fine. Weirdly enough, I think this game could stand to be more realistic. If it was a little more weighty, like Lunar Lander, I think this may be more playable, but as it is, it just doesn't feel good to play. I guess I do like the idea of getting in and getting the tractor beam and just getting out, but it's too much. It is too much for a simple gamer of my ability.
You're not an ace gamer?
I'm not an ace gamer, sorry.
Yeah.
I am a flunky, though.
You're a funky flunky.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Believe it or not, we're approaching the very end of the Vector Graphics timeline. We only have a few games left. We've enjoyed our time with Cinematronics and Atari, and to a limited extent, rock-ola. Let's enjoy the final few releases. I think rock-ola only had that one released game, right? Did we see them before?
No, they only had one.
Yeah, there was one, plus this next game we're about to play, an unreleased prototype called QB3?
3, yeah.
QB3.
Quibi 3.
And if you've never seen this may blow your mind. Imagine a cube.
I like cubes.
Picture it in your mind. Rotate it in your mind.
Uh-huh.
Now imagine it on your screen. This is a game about cubes. You've materialized on the surface of a cube covered with hostile creatures. You gotta fry these enemies with your laser and clear the cube.
Okay.
Buy an extra man with $6. More good commands for gamers.
I like the way the game looks. It's interesting.
It looks really cool. This is the cube. I know how to play, so we're gonna skip this.
All right.
Cube 1.
Cube 1.
Hey, it's me.
Oh, this is so weird.
Isn't it cool?
You shot your dollar.
Yeah, I shot the dollar. Ain't that how it always is? Yeah, it's a twin-stick shooter that takes place on all the various faces of a cube. Which, I don't think they asked me back then, but if they asked me, I would have said, this is a cool idea.
This is a cool idea.
Especially because you can see the action happening on all the other faces of the cube while you play. You can get an idea of what enemies you're up against. And you can approach it from different angles, see? My money!
You've shot all of your money this time. No more extra men's.
This is one of the best vector graphics-based games I've ever played in my life, and it was never released. I'd never even heard of it until I was preparing the stream this afternoon.
That sucks! This is good!
It's good, and it's playable in, like, a modern sense. It's not like those bullshit games from 1978 or 79 where it's all like, move up the grid or catch the solar flares in the panels. This is a game where you move around and shoot things, and it's also visually interesting. And also, it's not fucking Asteroids. They deserve a medal just for that. A gaming medal.
A gaming medal.
If they gave medals for gaming, what would they be?
Obviously, best shooter.
Yeah.
Like, you're the best at shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Best jump person.
Best
for
jump
jumping.
guy.
Yeah, best jump guy.
Best jump man.
And, worst swimmer, because you know what? Video game characters can't fucking swim for shit.
Yeah, we should recognize the worst swimmers.
We should. I think Sonic would win.
Oh yeah, he's a notoriously bad swimmer.
Or like one of those GTA characters who like dies the instant they hit the water.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of really bad swimmers out there. Me, I'm a pretty bad swimmer.
I love how the different faces rotate when you go across the cube. That is such a cool idea. Maybe this game doesn't really scale up. Maybe they didn't find it difficult enough. Maybe they just figured people would be playing this all day and it wasn't a good deal for operators. I could speculate, but fact is this never came out and it's a shame.
rock-ola made firearms in World War II?
Oh! It all comes back around, huh?
I have to hear about firearms one more time!
Our next game is from Raytheon.
No! actually changed it to the next game.
I tricked you.
No.
I'm sorry, there's no Raytheon game. There is a BP Oil game for CDI, though.
There's a Blackwater game.
Oh, yeah, it uses Kinect.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's better with Kinect. Game over.
Game over.
Pretty good run at the cube. My score is among the best ever. Yeah. There you go. Buh. QB3. It's a shame that more people didn't have a chance to gleam the cube. Rest in peace, rock-ola. Maybe they're still alive. Maybe they're still making weapons today. We can only hope.
Next up is by General Computer Corporation.
Quantum. Oh, we're about to get to the really big vector games. All the biggest and best vector games come in a big lump right at the end of our presentation. So, if you're waiting for the games that you've actually heard of or have played, they're about to come up. This one's Quantum. Good news, the RAM and ROM are okay.
Thank God. Quantum.
They were linked with Chicago organized crime.
That whips!
Maybe that's why the cube didn't get released. So this is a trackball-based game, and believe it or not, the Pinball's Lakeline location actually has this cabinet, and I played it. It's fucking impossible. It is literally impossible to play this game.
I remember trying to play this!
Yeah.
Yeah, this game's hard!
Yeah, you gotta circle things in this game using a trackball as an input. It is so fucking hard, dude. It's a little bit more doable with an analog stick, though. So if you're gonna play this, you may want to practice in MAME first. Yeah, look at this. I'm actually catching things, as opposed to the arcade game where I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Here's the problem with vector games. When it comes to making games beyond Asteroids, I don't think vector graphics were very capable.
Yeah.
It turns out in the end, raster-based, ROM-based graphics were what you really wanted for video games if you wanted to experiment with other genres that weren't Asteroids. Not sure what the limitations were with vector graphics. I'm not the one to ask. But apparently developers found them pretty limiting, and they gave up on them almost entirely after this year. Kind of a shame, because this is when they started to get good.
Yeah, this is interesting. I love your little circles.
Let me write out Retro Pals. R-E-T-R-O. And then down here we got the P, A-L-S. Perfect. I have perfect penmanship.
Uh-oh, that thing looks dangerous.
Yeah, you don't want to be around that guy. You just can't help but think, though, right? Like, what if this technology had lasted even a couple more years? At this point, they were making the really weird stuff. It wasn't just shoot-'em-up games. It was circle things with your magic beam of light using a trackball. It was navigate the cube in search of your enemies and also money. Shit. I was fucking around too much. Let's get this last guy. There we go. Oh, it's a shame I'm not going to get the top score. If you enter the top score, you get to literally enter your name using the trackball.
It's so cool.
But no one has ever been that good enough at this game.
Okay, so the signature in the high score table is of Betty Ryan, who developed and designed this game.
Whoa.
Elizabeth Betty Ryan.
Way to go, Betty.
Betty, this game whips.
What a cool idea. You didn't just make Asteroids.
Fucking... Yeah, everyone else was just Asteroids, and she's like, let's
fucking way to go, Betty.
Yeah. Shout out to Betty.
All right. Why didn't this become a genre, the circle 'em up? Maybe because it's literally impossible to play.
I was gonna say, the only game I can think of that's, like, even remotely like this is Kirby's Canvas Curse, but not really.
Oh yeah, a little bit, in that it involves you drawing lines and affecting the playfield. Betty, I'm not going to beat that score.
Thanks, Betty.
You've earned that top score, Betty. Quantum, impossible on an original arcade cabinet, but do try it out in MAME. I think you'll like it. You also might like this other game from 1982 called Star Trek. Yeah, they went and did it. They didn't just make a game with the Enterprise in it. They made Star Trek the video game. Leave it to Sega, of all people. Look at that. Now they're just showing off.
Slick. Ah! Whoa.
That's the USS Enterprise.
Oh.
That's a Klingon. That's the Starbase.
Starbase, unused, safe. Is this one of those games that's incredibly complicated?
Yes.
I hate those games. I'm sorry.
It is subtitled Strategic Simulation or something like that. It's supposed to be a really complicated simulation of what it's like to pilot the Enterprise. Yeah, you can turn it up a little bit.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
We're in space. So look at this. You have a huge radar that takes up the majority of the screen, weirdly enough, while the action is on the bottom quadrant there.
Entering sector 1.
Let's dock. We've docked. Just taking a nice little rest.
Okay, can you hang out with the oh no, the Borg's not.
Entering sector 1.
You just wanted to hang out with the Borg? Of all the people on Star Trek?
I don't know. Don't you look at the way things are going on? Don't you want to be assimilated?
Yeah.
Don't you want to
Entering
just
sector 1.
imagine if the Borg got into your internet of things?
Gets into your ice cube maker and just starts making those fucked up Borg cubes.
Entering sector 1.
God damn it, they assimilated my refrigerator. Yeah, this game wants you to think it's really complicated and serious, but actually it's really simple. And it's better for it, in my opinion. If they tried to make this more complicated, it would be dog shit.
Yeah.
As it is, all you need is a thrust, firing, and a shield. Shield. Where's the shield? One of these buttons. They do give you a lot of buttons. Who's playing the warning siren?
You should be able to play as that weird Irish guy. The weird Irish guy.
Who's an Irish guy?
Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Entering sector
I'm not-
2.2.
I'm talking normally, right? Not Scotty! Not Miles O'Brien!
Miles O'Brien was gonna be a guess.
Not Scotty, not Miles O'Brien. Scotty is Scottish, first of all.
And then when you get killed, it doesn't say game over. It says simulation complete.
He was Irish and he had a stupid hat. No one remembers the stupid hat Irish man?
I think you're thinking of a different show, Alex.
No, I'm not!
You may be thinking of the...
Mud. Yes! Thank you, Obscuratory. Oh,
You
I
may
feel
have
so
been
much better.
may have been thinking of the classic show Irish Guy with a Stupid Hat. They showed that on Nick at Night all the time.
Not the Lucky Charms guy!
You thinking of Leprechaun Back to the Hood?
We're moving on.
Okay. Well, we got more Sega games, and this one is pretty cool. This is TaxCan. It's such a shame that Sega just jumped in right at the end, and they were like, okay, we're going to make some of the best vector games ever. Oh, this technology is, it's kind of failing. Well, we better quit.
I didn't say Irish Yoda!
Irish Yoda Stan. This stream has gone off the rails. Well, let's get back on the rails and back into the wormhole. Let's play TaxCan. You ever want to play a shoot 'em up where you got like 12 different ships that you all control simultaneously? That's tax scan. Go ahead. Need to do it some more.
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Sega was saying what we were all thinking. Don't just give me one ship. Give me like 8. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 ships. Give me 7 ships.
I love all your ships. I love that they're a little ship gang.
They all fly in perfect formation. They all shoot in the same direction. It's really simple and kind of strange, but it feels really good to play because you get this really wide. You get this really wide selection of lasers. And this kind of level, like, tanks the frame rate for some reason. Sega just pushed it too hard. I'd play this though. If it was me. Mm-hmm. If I was alive in 1962 or whenever this came out.
This came out in 1980 something.
Oh yeah.
I like it how colorful this is.
Where'd all my ships go?
1982, so yeah.
Yeah, 1962. Your parents were at Woodstock, getting high and listening to Jimi Hendrix. They were playing Tax Can by Sega. They're like, hey, look at that guy light his guitar on fire. And you're like, I don't got no time. I'm playing Tax Can.
Yeah, you could just go out and get, you know, there are people just selling all sorts of drugs, LSD, and they're also letting you play games.
Mm-hmm. Free love and free arcade games. That's how they got people into Woodstock. They're like, free love? I don't know. It's free arcade games. Well, I do like Sega. Times have not changed. The youth still loves Sega more than it loves fucking.
Do you think the Beatles would have been Sega fans?
Yes, after they went psychedelic.
Do you think if the Beatles were together, they would have released a Sega-related track in the 70s?
That would be cool.
Do you think that if the Beatles stuck together for like even longer, they would have been making original songs for like commercials?
Yeah, they would have made the theme song for Congo Bongo. People would have actually wanted to buy Alex Kidd because it had a new Paul McCartney track.
I was gonna say, I would have loved Paul McCartney's work for Sega. Could the Beatles dominate the NFL? You know? No, I'm sorry. Those boys would be dead. Those boys couldn't do a touchdown.
You know, originally Sega wanted to make Ringo's Adventure for the Sega Master System, but they had to change it to Alex Kidd BMX Trial.
Bullshit.
Because they lost the license. Oh, it's still playing. Shit. I thought I got. This one's neat. These Sega games, they're fun to play, and they're visually interesting, and it's like, man, if only you guys got in sooner.
Do you think Nixon would have been more normal if he played arcade games, video games?
Probably not.
Okay. Yeah, he seemed kind of just in his own world there.
He seemed like the angry gamer type.
Okay, he would totally punch a hole in drywall.
Yeah.
Cause he would be, oh my god, he would be the worst, absolute fucking worst on Fortnite.
The worst. Accidental Voxandra shout out in the the name entry screen. That was just pure accident. Tax Can by Sega. Go play it. It's one of the better vector games. Next up, why don't we go to Zector? Because a vector game called Zector's got to be good, right?
Vector Zector.
Vector Zector.
Let's turn that down.
You see what I mean? I wasn't lying by half these games opening up with an explosion sound.
Yeah, half these games are like, hey, are you listening?
To defeat alien robot.
Ma'am?
There's a vector lady.
Well, now I have to keep it turned up because she's going to be talking.
For extra Shark. Chip. Do that.
Oh. My boys. My boys.
You could write anything in vector graphics, and I'd be like, yeah, that's awesome. That's totally a word. Moboids. You know what else is a word? Zektor.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln would have been a gamer president. Same with Teddy Roosevelt. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Roosevelt would probably fight people to the death over video games.
Oh, probably. You want to see something cool?
Yeah.
So you've come to take the cell back. You'll have to fight for it.
Cool.
Approaching defense ring 1.
Sega knew how to present a game. I'll tell you that much.
Approaching defense ring 2.
Think about how far we came from Asteroids, which didn't even have a vector lady or a vector guy, or that weird alien from Space Fury.
Yeah.
It was Sega who really wanted to add character to these games.
Approaching defense ring 3.
At the end of the day, though, it's still Asteroids.
I was gonna say this is still Asteroids.
They still couldn't help themselves. We got synthesized speech. We can render realistic humanoid and alien characters using vector graphics, but the game itself has still got to be Asteroids. I mean, come on, let's not go crazy here.
Like, it's Vectrix. You gotta do a little Asteroids.
Yeah.
I mean, Vector, not Vectrix. It's Zektor. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. People were asking if we were going to cover the Vectrix. I wanted to, but there's a good selection of arcade games I wanted to get all the way through. There's like 40 of them, so I think that's a good stream size. We'll cover the Vectrix someday. We gotta play Spike.
We do.
Maybe there's some games for the Vectrix that aren't Asteroids. We'll just have to leave that question open until we actually do a Vectrix stream.
Approaching the city.
Hey, we made it!
Hey,
Oh, shit!
he kicked your ass. Sorry, honey.
He wins! I don't know who that was, but he won. Nice. Oh no, Molly. Yeah, everyone knows Spike already. Next game. We're approaching the final few. We only got like maybe half a dozen games left here. So why don't we check out Aztarak by Century? Y'all are late. Y'all are late to the Vector game.
Sorry, Centauri sounds like a corporation made by centaurs.
That could be it.
So, I don't blame them.
Wow, centaurs make good-looking games.
This looks cool.
It was only 1983 they figured out, oh, we don't have to draw letters and numbers using basic lines. We can actually, add depth to them. Make them look different. Is the title screen okay?
It just exploded. Designed by T. Stryker.
Wow, way to go. Okay, good start.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening in the year 4000? Boring. Yay!
Oh, no.
All right.
Danny.
Around the Zodiac are under attack. Alien
robot
robot
drones
drones.
from beyond the Swan Nebula.
Not the Swan Nebula.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Feed the swans? Feed them some nice bread? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, surround your star bases with breadcrumbs so the swans will eat it. Let's play this. So, this is a weird one. This is a really weird one. You have a dial control that affects your turret on the ship, but you also
Oh.
control the ship with, like, 2 different sticks? It's really difficult. I don't know what they were thinking with the controls on this one. It's really hard to set up in MAME, too.
Yeah, this looks like a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Because you got to keep track of where your own tank is headed, and you got to keep track of where the turret's pointed. There's like this whole open world out beyond where the place where you got to protect is. Boom. Wow, that was a short credit.
Nice.
Let's try one more, since that was so short. Oh, fuck, I don't like the sound of that. Let's get out of here.
I love the explosions. I will say, vector graphics do very cool explosions.
Oh, yeah. This is a very cool looking game, especially with the color vector graphics. There's a nice glowiness to it. Even the text looks really nice. But maybe at this point, this style of game was a little bit too late. If Century had just arrived a few months earlier, they may have been a little bit more successful. Back before games like Black Widow and Tempest came out. As it is, this is pretty cool. And it's nice that it's in MAME so you can play it. Not sure it's my exact style of game, though. Condition
enemies.
Green. Did the 1,000 Years of Peace come back? Oh, Return
you
to Base. I beat a level.
He did it!
Attention all aliens, more bullshit.
We got Aquarius.
Bring an Aquarius into this? I think we're good. I think all the aliens are gone. Yep, I'm just gonna go off and enjoy a nice, peaceful vacation.
Here you go!
Bye, everybody. You don't need me anymore. I'm gonna go over here, too. Did they just let you do this?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go off on an adventure. You can last a lot longer doing this than the first credit where I was actually trying to play the game. Boom.
Damn.
Pretty nice, pretty nice. But can it compare to Cosmic Chasm? I think this is the very last release from Cinematronics in terms of vector-based arcade games. 1983. So this is going to be basically a summation of everything they've learned.
Hell yeah.
Everything they know about the gaming industry. There's triple-digit credits? You going to put 100 quarters into this thing? The Cosmic Chasm space station is occupied by a hostile enemy force.
No.
Your mission? You gotta maneuver your ship through the station.
Destroy the central power core.
After destroying the core, retrace your path to the point of entry. So get in, fuck it up, and get out. You'll be promoted to more dangerous missions.
Bullshit! I don't want to do that. I want easier missions.
Yeah, promote me to easier missions.
Thank you.
I deserve to have a good time out here. Alright, let's play this game. This one may be a little loud. So I know what you're thinking. This looks a lot like Asteroids. Well, there's a difference. This one's fucking impossible.
Yeah, this looks kind of like... What?
Enemies, that's it. That's the credit. Let's do one more credit.
Yeah, one more.
I like the intro to this game where your ship crashes into the point of entry. It's kind of hard to tell, but this is actually an open-ended sort of game. You have this space station, I guess, to explore, and these doors open up, and you can traverse through the various catacombs, I suppose. So it's like if Asteroids was a Metroidvania, basically. Alright, where are we heading to? Can we go through here? No, we cannot.
Don't go that way.
Okay. How do I open up the doors, though?
Well...
Oh, you shoot them.
Oh. Asteroidvania. Thank you, Revenant.
So you can go through just shooting the doors. You don't gotta shoot the dudes. Maybe you can just, like, lure in the dudes. Lure them into a false sense of security. Oh, fuck! Well, you get the idea. This game's really hard. I've played a few of these, and this one is super, super hard. Maybe that's why this one didn't catch on. Maybe they just thought people were super inhumanly good at asteroids by this point, so they had to challenge them. That's not me, though. Next. Alright, pull out all the stops. This is going to be probably the best game we play tonight. 1983, the last few games from Atari are also their best. This is Major Havoc. Oh, fuck. It's Major
sick.
Havoc. This game's incredible if you've never seen it. In fact, I'm not even going to let the demo play. Let's just jump right in and play the damn thing.
Cool. Wait. Why is there...
You can play a little game of breakout in between levels. If you break all the bricks, you get a 1-up, I think.
Oh, wow.
Alex, I have frightening news. This is not Asteroids.
This isn't. This looks like a game.
This
Another
is
game.
This is a lot of games. It includes parts of Lunar Lander, because of course. And then it's a platformer. They made a freaking vector-based platformer.
Oh, this looks familiar.
Yeah. Now this game, it does not have a trackball. It does not have pedals. It does not have any of the kind of inputs we've seen so far in the show. What this is a single-axis trackball. And how that is represented on the cabinet is a little vertically oriented cylinder that you spin back and forth to move the guy. So not a trackball, not a pedal, a cylinder. I swear, people think of anything that can control an arcade game. Yeah, cylinder, sure. Worked out really well, though. If you've never played this game in an original cabinet, it controls really smoothly. God, Major Havoc is so good. He's also got a lot of personality, like he can bonk his head.
I love his bonk. Aww.
And the controls are very strange, but they're also pretty well suited to this game. If you've ever played Quest of Kai for Famicom, this uses the exact same controls. So kind of heavy, you kind of bonk into a lot of things. Ooh. No.
Nice.
Okay. That was close. We gotta sneak behind this guy. Fuck! Or just run right into him. Maybe we should take a different way. What is the safest path for Major Havoc through this thing? Can he go up here? There's a real tension to this game.
There is.
Especially in these parts where there's no music.
Get out, get the fuck out!
You gotta get out! This place gonna blow! Major Havoc, get the fuck out! Get your space ass out of there! I love that dance he does. What a cool game.
Sick.
There's a remake where it has an ending. Wow. I don't think this game needs an ending. It's perfect as is.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, moving on to gameplay style number 4 or 5 or something. This is another thing you can do in this game. Yeah, you gotta shoot the walls so you can progress. Very neat looking for a vector graphics game. Feels like they were pushing the hardware a little bit harder than it was supposed to be. I should have just shot through that. I don't think we can make it through there. Okay.
That was slick.
Thank you. So by the end of other arcade hardware and console generations, like after the hardware has served its purpose, you started to see a whole lot of different games of different styles. People starting to stretch the limits. People just trying something new. But in this case, vector graphics had only been around for a few years, and at this point I guess the writing was on the wall that it was over. And what Major Havoc did was, I guess, just incorporate every other game that had been released beforehand. It had Lunar Lander, it had Breakout, it had platforming, it had shoot-'em-up segments. Just a little bit of everything in this game.
That was sick.
And it surprisingly works really well. This is an excellent game. I love Major Havoc.
Good game.
It's so good. And yet that wasn't the biggest success for Atari that year. That would be this game. I'd wager that this was probably their most successful vector-based arcade game.
A little bit.
Don't you think?
Mm-hmm. You ever heard of this War in the Stars?
Red Letter Media, what are you doing on here? How'd they sneak onto this? Were they even born in 1983? What are they doing on the Rebel Force? Yep, they went and made a Star Wars vector-based arcade game.
A beloved one.
Oh, it's so beloved. Collectors love the shit out of this game. It came in stand-up and sit-down environmental cabinets. Both of them will cost you a mint if you want the originals. Good luck keeping that shit working.
Yeah, I don't want to work with vectors.
I hear vector monitors are often problematic. They say a lot of things that'll get you canceled.
I was going to say, what are they doing?
Very poor opinions these days.
Chat, listen, maybe Yoda Stan wasn't around in the original Star Wars film. Stan Yoda came later.
Red 5 standing by.
Yeah, let's go easy. If I wanted to, I could one credit clear this in the hardest difficulty. I just don't feel like it.
Ah, okay.
This does not control great in MAME. I tweaked it a little bit to be more playable than it is, but it's kind of... It drags to one side, and it's hard to be accurate. If you're playing on the original Flight Yoke, this game feels amazing.
Red 5, I'm going in.
I just can't believe it took them this long to get the Star Wars license for a video game, you know?
Yeah, you'd think they'd want to scoop that up a little bit sooner, given that all these games were based in space anyways. Why not have the big boy license, as they called it back then?
Okay, so this game actually, according to Electric Boogaloo, started out as a game called Warp Speed, and then they later got the license.
Alright, that makes sense.
During development. Okay.
Glad they got that license. This is a really good game. And it fits really well with the Star Wars license, too. I missed it! I missed the damn exhaust port!
You were too busy gaming! You were too busy talking!
You ever see the director's cut where Luke misses the first one and has to loop back around?
Fuck yeah.
It's like, fuck, now I gotta do the whole damn trench run again. He also starts cursing. It's really weird.
Yeah, you've heard about younger and bigger Luke. What about loudmouth curse Luke?
Potty mouth Luke theory.
Potty Luke.
All right, Luke, don't miss this one.
You're all clear, kid.
Luke!
Luke!
Luke, you fuck up! We're gonna have to re-release this movie again. We're gonna release this every year until you finally hit that damn exhaust port. I don't think there's a second button. You just have to hit it at the right time.
Luke, trust me.
I do, Obi-Wan. I love robot Obi-Wan.
I do too. I support a robot Obi-Wan.
You're all clear, kid.
I did it!
You did it! You did it! Sick.
What a game.
And the Death Star's back and you gotta shoot it again.
There's another freaking Death Star. Next thing you're gonna tell me Palpatine returns somehow.
Palpatine returns in Fortnite.
He's doing the John Cena thing.
You
Yeah, you can make all the Naruto characters do the "you can't see me."
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, that's did!
Red 5, I'm going in.
Man, arcades in 1983, these games must have looked fucking incredible, because you had this, and then down the arcade you would see like Dragon's Lair. Be like, holy fuck, video games are amazing. Special shout out to Dino for 1 credit clearing Dragon's Lair earlier today. Not an easy feat, I can say as an FMV game fan. He played through all the different versions, or at least looked at them. But he got that 1 credit clear, and that is super tough to do on original arcade settings.
Use the false loop.
Ah,
We're back here. I also saw, what's that movie? The one that's like Dragon's Lair, but with mice?
oh, Secret of Nim.
Yeah, that's the one.
How?
I'm sorry, I didn't have a point of reference
No,
for it.
that's okay. That's okay.
Increase the power.
It's a Don Bluth movie with
Yeah,
mice.
it looked a whole lot like Dragon's Lair.
Let's
It
go.
did! Don Bluth has a very distinctive animation style.
I have to say, the internet really, really hyped up how sexy Mrs. Brisby was.
I know, right? She's just some. No offense
She's
to
so-
Mrs. Brisby, but she's just some mom.
She's so normal. That's what was so,
Yeah,
so
right?
surprising to me. She was just like a normal, kind of shy character.
Were you really expecting her to be all animated like Daphne or something?
Well, yeah, I saw that one wiki entry that called her insanely sexy.
Yeah, but she's not. She's just a mom.
Anyway,
she's a
that
mom
was
getting like
that was a pretty good
Tylenol for her kids.
that was a pretty good movie, and I actually didn't know what the actual Secret of Nim was until I watched it.
Now you do.
Yeah, go in unspoiled. I recommend The Secret of Nim. Let's play. You know what? There's this unreleased game that MAME marks as non-working that uses Vectrix hardware, but we're going to play it anyway. This is Spectrum I+. By Roy Abel and Associates. I don't think this got released. This uses Vectrix hardware, but it's marked as an arcade game.
Entertaining new ideas.
There's your Vectrix appearance of the evening. This is one of the weirder Vector games we're going to play tonight. This is a game about, well...
Thank you, Bravo needs bacon for the dollar. Appreciate that.
Thank you. I'm going to shove that dollar into this machine. What this game does is it makes you pick 8 colors in a certain order. So we're going to do like... that.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you a horoscope based on that.
You have not been honest with yourself, and this has produced fatigue. You're a giver, a person easily moved by the troubles or the joys of others.
Boy, that ain't that's the truth. This game knows me.
You have been accepting disappointing situations to achieve freedom from outside pressure.
Does this game know me?
You often feel others have taken advantage of you, and now you take a position of examining their motives more carefully before agreeing with them.
What is Alex thinking?
You have exceptional taste and use this ability to judge and evaluate.
Oh, thank you.
Your color choices will be different later, so try again then.
That's it.
That's it?
That's a 1cc. I tried this earlier, and it did a different horoscope. It was all like, you enjoy things that are out of the unusual, and you enjoy seeking out others who have similar interests. And I'm like, yes, tell me more. Very strange game. I don't know if that was ever actually made or tested or whatever, but if you want your horoscope delivered, it can be through that. Let's play The Empire Strikes Back. Because of course they made a sequel to it.
Mm-hmm.
This is like super late for a Vector game. This came out in '85. No one was doing that back then. But Atari knew. They knew they had something special with that original Star Wars game.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted to make some more of it.
He could destroy us.
Ooh, Atari? Yeah, that's what happened.
May the force be with you.
The force be with you.
Luke giving me the brush off. Like, yeah, may the force be with you. Get out of here.
There's a meteorite hit the ground near you.
Luke Skywalker sounded like Paperboy.
Destroy it sometime.
Obi-Wan, I hate the paper business. They ran me over with a car and like the Grim Reaper's here.
The Force is with you.
What?
We got a J.
That is the system, and I'm sure Skywalker is with them.
So, is Yoda in this?
I don't know.
Yoda better be in this.
You could shoot tow cables at the damn ATSTs to take them down.
Nice.
Something the game can barely handle because it switches to like 2 frames per second when you do
Want
that.
Fire, boy?
But it's awesome. You're like, yeah, the hardware is not technically capable of doing this, but we gotta.
It's close enough.
They also added in like 10 times more voice clips. Everything is just more detailed in general. Oh, I don't have any more tow cables.
I think Dr. Luke is in considerable danger.
It adds C-3PO to the voiceovers. So if that's what you want, he's there.
Prepare to make the Delta Lightspeed. I want that ship and not excuses.
But all I got's excuses. Think Darth Vader will like my excuses?
Mm-hmm. I think he'll buy him.
Yeah, he seems pretty nice.
He's very. I heard he's a very chill boss. Your shields are gone, honey. Be careful.
That sound that just played, was that a ship or Chewbacca?
That's Chewbacca.
Is it?
Yeah. He's just kind of screaming.
He's pissed.
Yeah, it's Yoda's stand.
Asteroids do not concern me at all.
Fuck.
Aw,
I got destroyed.
rip. Good game.
What a cool game that is. It's way more complex and way more difficult than Star Wars, but some people like it more, and I can see why. It's pretty good. A couple more games here. That was not the last game Atari was going to release. Their very last release was to be Tomcat, so let's play that. This would have also been released in '85. I don't think this one is complete enough to be quote-unquote playable, but let's try it. Oh, fuck, where's my cursor? There it is. God, I can barely see it.
Okay, there it is. There you go.
Okay, we got it.
The fuck is this?
It's built atop Star Wars hardware. And it's apparently...
That ship seems broken.
Yeah, you're fighting the ship, and the ship has problems. That was my experience playing this earlier, too. You, this ship... I think you want to hit this guy, but, I think you just kind of want to let nature do its job, you know? Like, why waste your ammo? And so, Atari's to-be last vector graphics-based arcade game went unreleased. People they were not charmed by the wiggly spaceship.
They didn't like this? It's just constantly crashing into the ground.
Atari was like, come on, it's so wiggly! Don't you like the wiggle ship that turns red sometimes?
A twerking ship on Twitch?
Whatever this game was, it was not to be, and they canceled it mid-development. That is the end of vector-based arcade games for Atari, the end of vector-based arcade games for Sega. We've seen the last Cinemaware game, but we haven't seen any games from Exidy, who decided the time to jump in was 1986.
The fuck?
Y'all, you didn't just miss the memo, you missed the entire, era. I don't know what y'all are thinking, making a vector game in 86, but here we are. It was a pain in the ass to set up, too. Woo! Do you think they were cashing in on the popularity of Top Gun?
Maybe. F-14A Tomcat? Maybe. Oh my god.
Maybe.
Exidy?
Maybe.
Exidy.
It's not so much you were late to the party, it's that you arrived months later and everyone moved out and there is no party or people around to experience your game.
Yeah, they've condemned the Love Shack. There's nothing there.
Funky little shack.
More coins required.
God, and it requires at least 50 cents. For one more coin, you can get 15 more F-14s. Well, yeah, give me more. Okay. All right, we're up to 59 F-14As. Let's get more. 91, 107. 1 in 23.
Thank you, Inari Fox, for the raid. We are finishing up our Vector stream with a look at Top Gunner. How many ships do we have? 315.
Welcome, Inari. What were you up to? Okay, I think 347 ships should be enough.
Okay.
This uses a combination of raster graphics and vector graphics, so it's kind of weird looking.
Oh, that looks bad.
But also pretty cool.
Oh, that's weird.
Fart.
Oh, this is so Exity.
Yeah. Yeah.
This just has the stink of XD all over it.
Get
the Febreze.
One of these days, our patrons are going to talk us into doing an Exity retrospective, and then everyone's going to suffer. Especially me. Exity made a whole bunch of fucked up weird games, not the least of which is Chiller, that one game about shooting people. I know that narrows it down. But in '86, they were going to make this. Or rather, they did make this. This isn't a prototype. This one actually got released. That's my shield.
Chiller, as far as I know, is not banned from Twitch yet.
Yeah, we could stream it, but I wouldn't feel good about it.
Yeah, do we have to?
That's one of those games where I'm just like, can you just look that up somewhere? I don't want to put that filth on our channel. So what did we learn about vector-based arcade games? Because now we've literally seen them all. What's your takeaways, Alex?
Some are cool. Some look like absolute shit, and most of them had to do with space.
My takeaway is some people arrived way late to the party when, if they showed up earlier, they might have made some true classics in the field. There was people like Cinematronics who made a lot of stuff, but not necessarily stuff that's memorable or good. And, like, I just wanted to see more Sega games. Sega jumped in way too late to really do much with the hardware. If they jumped in, say, 1980 or so, they could have competed with Battlezone or, Black Widow and stuff. I'd have liked to have seen that. As it was an Atari-dominated space, as many were back in the early 80s. And what we got were some really good games, some really unmemorable ones, and some really fucking weird ones. I'm still thinking about War of the Bugs, or rather Boxing Bugs.
I love Boxing Bugs.
I was waiting for the game to end, but then I remembered we have 344 ships.
Yeah, you're down to... Yeah, we're going to be here forever.
Mission accomplished.
Nice.
It only took us like a dozen ships.
You're at level 3.
So yeah, this game's neat. It wouldn't have really fit in 1986, though. That's when people were starting to make stuff like Space Harrier, Afterburner. We were moving on to super scalar games. There was not room for vector graphics in 1986. Before we stop, though, I want to show off one game that combined vector graphics and raster graphics in kind of a strange and unusual way. In fact, Wikipedia lists this next game as a vector game, but it's not. It's just a raster-based game that uses vector-like graphics for certain situations. Alex, close this up. We're going to end this stream with a surprise. Why don't you go to All Systems in the top left? And then in the upper right where it says Search for the word cube. And why don't you launch up Cube Quest? A lot of people have been wanting to see us play Cube Quest, and I can't think of any better excuse than right now. Oh yeah, it uses a laser disc too.
Oh, cool.
Have you seen Cube Quest?
Nope, never.
Oh my god, Alex. Get ready for this shit. Press the cube button for instructions.
New Age Sound Labs.
Ominous introduction. Fake. This game's fake.
Fake.
This is so fake. You can't fool me.
I like this.
Get your fucking Polybius tribute game out of here. I know a fake game when I see it.
200 bits from Mad Moran who tells us to go back to
Since
Cube.
2007 and the War of 6 Planets, man has lived in peace.
Thank you.
Yet over the centuries, there arose a certain restlessness with this quiet tranquility. So man began to explore the limits of his universe. And it was out there, beyond the black holes, near the absolute edge of the possible, that the cube was found.
The cube.
Oh yes, we've all played the cube from the outside, and that was easy. But how to play it from the inside? Inside, things aren't so simple. Shifting walls pound at your concentration. Every corridor leads to the unexpected, to a different brand of doom. Your life depends on lightning reflexes, but your goal is a treasure few have attained, the treasure of Mytha. For that small handful who outwit Mytha and his cunning army, the Dwellers of the Dark, for the elite core, goes a special place in cubic history. Enter the cube. Survive the unthinkable.
Alex, are you ready to enter the cube and survive the unthinkable?
No.
Let's play it.
All right, we're cubing.
I need you to click the screen before we can cube. All right, you ready to cube?
Uh-huh.
You may push square button when lighted to rotate cube face. You may, but do you want to?
No.
Seek out the treasure star. Get the bonus points. Become the cube. We gotta get to that treasure up there. Let's go here.
Okay.
This is where they simulate the vector graphics, but these are all just raster drawings. They just thought it looked cool, which I agree. You know what else looks cool? This.
This is just... The fuck is Cube Quest?
It's the Cube Quest. The quest for Cube. We all want Cube. We all quest for it.
I guess we do. This is a fake game, yes.
It's so fake in every way. The fact that it uses raster and vector and laserdisc graphics. The fact that it's called Cube Quest and has that incredibly self-serious introduction.
I love the self-serious introduction.
But no, this was actually made. It was made when people say it was made, too. It's not some recent thing. Which really blows me away, because people could really easily replicate this game nowadays.
They really could. Folks, do this. Make Laserdisc tribute games.
Make your own Cube Quest.
Gen Z, I have a new commandment for you.
Commandment.
Do this.
I like these biplanes, like they've escaped from Red Baron or something. Okay, we're making good progress. Can we get to the end of the cube?
Don't get cube smashed.
Fuck!
You got
I got
cube
smashed!
The one thing I said to not do.
You can't cube smash me, it's my birthday!
Okay.
I'm just a little guy.
Okay, you're doing good.
God!
Got smashed!
Try that again.
Okay, your cubic history is a fail. Sorry, honey.
I'm cubic history now. This time around, let's go to the right.
Okay.
This should produce a different kind of corridor. Or maybe the same corridor, whatever. There's supposed to be a lot of different Laserdisc backgrounds for these levels, but I've only seen this one.
So this is all humans do in the future, huh?
Yep.
They just cube quest?
They're either thinking about the cube, or they're actively navigating the cube.
According to Rachel, this game was apparently designed to remain fully functional if the Laserdisc fails.
Oh, nice. Man, that's a good idea, because Laserdisc players fail quite a bit in the wild. But you'd miss out on the cool backgrounds. Let's go here.
Cube.
Ooh, here we go.
That's different.
I like that this game has 2 fire buttons mapped in MAME, so you can really quickly mash both of them. This is a tough game, too.
It is.
It's hard to navigate the cube.
I was gonna say, the cube is difficult.
I mean, we've all navigated in real life, so...
But we've not gone in the cube.
Yeah. Never seen the whole cube from the inside, as it were. You ever wonder what's in that thing?
Sometimes. I assume it's filled with guts.
Do you think it's a guts cube?
Yes. Sorry.
The cube that imprisons us in modern life is full of guts. Fuck.
Yeah. We're imprisoned by a guts cube in real life.
Man, that would happen with my luck.
Mm-hmm.
Being imprisoned by a guts cube. It just figures, you know? If it ain't one thing, it's another. One more try.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get to the enemies to avoid or fight. I want to fight them this time. Can we go deeper into the cube?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. These skeleton faces.
I didn't know this was in the game. That's
You
really...
don't like this?
That's really funny.
Is this what you want, Twitch?
I can't play like this. Oh, that's so good. We went through the skull zone.
Get in the zone.
What a cool game this is. This must have been hella expensive. You got some pretty good graphics technology in addition to the Laserdisc player. This thing wouldn't have come cheap.
Mm-mm. Wow.
Yeah, you know, normal stuff. So now that you've all been inside the cube, what do you think?
I like the cube.
Yeah, cube's not bad. It's not a bad place to be. It's not a guts-filled hell world like some people thought it was.
Sorry, I just assumed.
You and your extremist cube opinions.
I do not have extremist cube opinions. You take that back.
I'm saying, it's not me who got us killed in the cube. The cube knew what you were thinking about it, and it didn't like it.
That's fair.
And now
Sorry,
both of
cube.
us are cubic history. Thanks a lot. What an amazing game that is. Yes, it exists. Yes, it's real, and it's in MAME. You can play it if you really want to. The Laserdisc image is like 10 gigabytes, so have fun downloading that.
Ugh. 10 gigabytes, all skulls.
Mm-hmm. Skulls and cubes. That's all you need. What a game.
What a game.
Well, that's it. We've seen all the vector graphics-based arcade games that are emulated in MAME, plus Cube Quest.
And Cube Quest. Hold on, I want to see, yeah, it's sick.
I want to hear the guy mention the cube again.
Since 2007 and the War of Six Planets, man has lived in peace. Yet over the centuries, there arose a certain restlessness with this quiet tranquility. So man began to explore the limits of his universe. And it was out there, beyond the black holes, near the absolute edge of the possible, that the cube was found.
God.
Oh yes, we've all played the cube from the outside.
I wish I could say
was
the
easy.
cube, like he
But how
says
to
it.
play it from the inside? Inside, things aren't so simple. Shifting walls pound at your concentration. Every corridor leads to the unexpected, to a different brand of doom. Your
Different
life
brand
depends
of
on
doom.
lightning reflexes. But your goal is a treasure few have attained, the treasure of Mytha. For that small handful who outwit Mytha and his cunning army, the Dwellers of the Dark, for the elite core, goes a special place in cubic history. Enter the cube. Survive the unthinkable.
Folks, enter the cube. Survive the unthinkable. You did it. You survived the unthinkable, aka another RetroPal stream.
Yeah,
Good job,
congrats.
everybody. We've seen every vector-based arcade game, and now I feel more informed about our distant past. That's what the 70s was like. I'm choosing to believe that the 70s was just a bunch of vector graphics and cubes.
I mean, basically. Thank you, Celte9091 for the 100 bits. You're welcome. We did go above and beyond for this bad boy.
Thank you.
We needed a lot of setup. Thank you, Dan.
Oh my god, these games are such a pain in the ass to set up. They are all analog, so have fun with that if you want to play them. I do recommend trying them out, though, because they are fun. Check out a vector-based arcade game. You might be surprised.
Why don't ya?
Why don't you?
Yeah.
We're done. It's over. The stream is ended.
There they are, watching over us.
There's the ghost of the alien from Space Fury watching over all of us. Thanks to all of our patrons who voted for this week's theme. It's because of you we played a whole bunch of vector-based arcade games. Thank you. If you want to join our Patreon, it's at patreon.com/retropals. If you're at the $5 tier, you get to vote and determine what we play during our Wednesday showcase streams. I'm going to look for a raid target. Alex, why don't you wrap us up?
We are also on YouTube, youtube.com/retropals. We post full-length highlights of our streams there, including our latest one, which is our look at bi-weekly Famitsu magazine. So if you want to see us going through really old magazines, do check it out. It's a pretty good one. We're also on Twitter, twitter.com/retropalshq. Post when we go live there, when we've got new stuff up on YouTube and all that good stuff. So do check us out on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. Last but not least, we're also on Discord. Let me put that link in the chat, and join us there for discussions on games, cats, and wrestling sometimes too.
Games, cats, and wrestling.
What more do you need? What more do you need?
What more do you need, indeed? Folks, we're going to leave you with Straw Bros, who is doing, looks like a variety stream. Could be pretty much anything that shows up here. So go have fun with that. Have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
See ya, folks.